Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online, you Nerf herder. September 16, 2022.
Okay, fuck. Totally forgot to do the damn event last night. With random TFO. Shield, healing, space. Okay. Everything is space related. $35. Attack! Tarzan Sicky. Sicky. Why can't they make it? Shit's easier to eat. Like a starry summer's night, so until breeze. Let's do it. I didn't think that through, did I? Yeah, who cares about bone fractures? I don't. Gravy. Something. Grab a hold of me towel and blow like a harpoon early in right now. But it's not new. Go rush the speaker that booms. Killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly. I'm gonna play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. On a holiday road. Since we forgot about this yesterday, yep, waiting and waiting and waiting. That's what we do, we wait. Core water!
The Terrans will be here soon to steal.
Okay. That sounds like a you problem, Janeway. Bastard. Belches. Water came up that time. Anyway.
Here they come. All ships, battle stations.
A welcoming committee. You should. We're just here for your safety. Hand it over and no one can get hurt.
That's good. All ships, engage the Terran fleet.
This isn't over, Admiral. Believe that.
Enterprise, Defiant, take some ships and take her down. The rest of you, stay alert. This isn't over yet. I'm picking up more ships through the rifts. Close them if you can. Activate the holo projectors. Let's hope they get the job done. Fence the holo projectors as best you can. We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching. control. We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems. Rifts aren't going to close themselves. Terrans now control projector phases. We've taken control of projector phases. Terrans now control projector phases. We've taken control of projector phases. Need to get those rifts under control. Need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station. Need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station. Need to get those rifts under control.
Officer Rabbit 77 says, "Ahoy."
Ahoy there, Officer Rabbit. How well's you doing?
Need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
Welcome to the middle of the film.
You need to get those rifts under control.
But I don't want
Lockdown
to.
projectors. Now they're ours for good.
Ahoy there, me matey.
Ugh, I thought our Janeway was annoying. Speaking of annoying, did you like the little back door I put in your station?
Enterprise is back near projector base.
Are you kidding me with this? My ships make me invincible. Give up already.
Yay for frame rate. 8 frames a second. Oh my god. 4. Shit.
Don't even try to catch me.
I wouldn't want your cooties, lady. Nobody wants your
The
cuties.
Enterprise is near Projector Gamma.
We need to figure out how we're gonna heal ourselves, there, boy. I'm gonna click on everything we have 100 million times.
Projector out.
Arcanoloth says, everyone donate to the Buy Scorp a New Video Card Fund.
It's the computer. It's that FX 6300 AMD. That's what it is. Why? That's what it is.
Shield vessels are negating your attacks on the Enterprise. Take them out first.
It doesn't play well with anything anymore. Hello, Arcana Luth.
Well done.
Weldon?
Set the
Weldon, is that
terminal
you,
with
Weldon?
message. If you intend to
Nope.
test us,
Don't make
be
me click on the
prepared for
wrong damn
consequences.
thing.
Hopefully their emperor will listen to that message. But I wish
Emperor
for
Crusher.
regret.
Hopefully he will, Tuvok.
Arcanoloth says, oh lordy, still flogging that CPU, my condolences.
Yep. Well, I can't do anything about it. It is what it is. I can build a new computer, but I don't know what the hell to get. If I were to, I don't know what to start with. I've been too far out of the game.
Arcanoloth says, everyone donate to the Boy Scorp a Whole Ass PC Fund.
Boy, Scorp a whole ass PC fund. Bye. Because you got to think a processor. What's a good processor these days? It can hold up for several years, you know. It can still be worth something. Just let your love flow like a mountain breeze. Good job, Lilo. Good job, Coyle. Good job. Good job, dear Lilo. Good job. Okay.
Arcanoloth says, any part is a good part at the right price, and a bad part at the wrong price.
Well, yeah. I just don't know. Like, it's a big decision in a way. Like, Intel or AMD, right? Like I've always said, I've stuck with AMD for a long ass time. Like every computer I've built for myself has been AMD, not Intel. And the computers I've worked on are Intel computers.
Arcanoloth says, for EX 10-year-old stuff is okay at the price of I found it on the side of the road, but I wouldn't pay money for it.
Right. Because everyone keeps talking about those i9s. You know, the newer ones. Apparently there's different versions of these i9s everywhere. There's the i9, then there's the i9 from a few years ago, then there's the other i9 that's new. Why can't they just continue the number and not start a brand new number set with the same number? I'd like to see about the equivalent of what that i9 is in AMD. I don't know why, but I just have a
Arcanoloth
thing
says,
about it.
brand loyalty in an industry with a total of 2 manufacturers is dumb. You should always check benchmarks.
Well, AMD was the benchmark there for a while. Back whenever I built my computers with AMD versus, because it was always like AMD does well or better with gaming, you know, and, and Intel was all about number crunching or
Arcanoloth
something.
says, marketing terminology exists because marketing majors have to justify their paychecks.
And I like the Gigabyte brand. I've kind of stuck with them for a little bit. In the benchmark test, wouldn't you have to like classify what you want to do with it anyway? Like super gaming, just Facebooking and kind of bullshit. Metaverse.
Arcanoloth says, Intel is the market leader, but AMD came out with Ryzen and realized how complacent Intel had become when it was trading blows in tests at a fraction of the price, and AMD realized, oh shit, we can take the crown, and they made Threadripper.
Threadripper. So I don't even know what Threadripper is. I don't know anything anymore about technology. I've given up, I guess.
Arcanoloth says, Intel responded by slashing prices, and they are once again competitive in certain price segments. Arcanoloth says, Threadripper is what you buy when you know you plan to do workloads that respond well to lots of CPU threads, like video encoding.
Oh, that. Okay. I don't know the terminology anymore. Well, I do and did encode video every so often, but not major, you know. Oh, shit. Who the hell is that son of a bitch? Video rendering does take up some stuff, but you can also throw it over to your graphics processor for certain programs, though. I never have. I was always like, I'm not in that big of a hurry. But rendering like 3ds Max and
Arcanoloth
stuff,
says,
that takes up some
for
shit.
gaming, anything that is easily parallelized is probably already offloaded to the video card, and the only thing left is the main logic thread, which really needs one core to eat that as fast as it can, so single thread perf is still a relevant metric.
We blowed them up. Oh, shit. Damn it. Maybe I can get over there before they kill it.
Arcanoloth says, so for gaming, you want to allocate most of your budget to the video card.
True that, yo.
Arcanoloth says, then whatever's left over you spend on the rest of the system.
Damn, though. You know, I would just... See, you know, building it and everything, getting the parts and stuff, that's fine. But it's like the history of the hard drive that I'm using now. All the programs have got installed and all that stuff. I wouldn't want to reinstall that shit over on another one. You know, like for the little bit of video editing that I do, there's certain codecs and things over the years that I've accumulated that I've integrated into versions of Windows that aren't supposed to allow it easily, so it's like steps involved in getting it working and all that. So what if, like, you know, I get it all together, have a brand new system, then you're reinstalling everything again that you need, and it just kind of turns into a, you know, shit fest or whatever. And that's what I would hate to miss.
Arcanoloth says, that's a solvable DevOps problem. Image your install and backup.
Well, I've done that before. I've cloned a hard drive over from a different system, installed that hard drive into the new system, and allowed Windows to, you want to install some of the things you need.
Arcanoloth says, if it takes more than an hour to recreate your environment, it's worth it to create an image and backup to save that time.
But I wouldn't want to do that again. That's my thing. Like, even though it worked out great. I mean, this computer is a product of that cloning. It's using the clone drive that I had from my other one. It's a different version of Windows in each one too, because I had two different Windows 10 or Windows 7 versions or whatever. So I could just like throw a key around, and then you like contact Microsoft on the computer or whatever, and say, okay, well it's a new computer with the same operating system. Just update it, kind of shit. It makes it active, but I think you can only do that like once a year, and then so many times at most. Oh, goodness gracious. But I would probably, like, if I did do that, if I cloned it and like
Arcanoloth says,
reimaged.
I'm a cowboy, so I do not have an image of my current environment. I cloned my old SSD to my new ENV drive. If I fuck up my environment, I know how to recreate it. Arcanoloth says, pro tip, do not do what Arcanoloth does.
What would Brian Boitano do if he were here right now? I mean, sure, at first I had like a few little bumps and bruises, but and Windows took a lot longer to load the first few times because of the old drivers having to install themselves and reinstall and finding new hardware and all that. But all you do is do just a cleanup of the hardware and then activate Windows again. I'd have to get a super bigger drive though, because I got this thing loaded down with like my old Halo stuff is on this thing, and all the little tweaks and polishes I've done to the registry, And I wouldn't want to like start that over again. It's unique junk. Though it would be nice to have a computer that doesn't have that damn Windows networking sound issue. Like if I'm on for too long, like connected in hardcore watching like like something over the internet or downloading something massive, the sound starts like glitching out and the lag starts up and the latency gets all shitty, and that seems to be like a thing that this computer has, not Windows, but the computer itself.
Arcanoloth says, I am an expert at starting over. Hauling my stuff through multiple states in a deployment, then losing data and starting over.
I couldn't. That causes me anxiety, thinking about starting something from scratch all over again. Such is life, though, right? It's like if you've like been doing something for so long and then you have to stop.
Says, yeah.
You have to like stop and redo it again. It's like whenever I worked at Family Dollar and I'd like established myself as how I work and like people that I knew and stuff, and like little connections you make with the higher ups.
I get anxiety over trivial stuff, then I focus and say, I will deal with this. It's not that big of a deal.
Deal or no deal. Deal or no deal. Howie man, deal. But then whenever I lost my job there at Family Dollar, I had to start over at a different company where these people didn't know who I was, how I worked, and they see how I did work, and they thought I was just a slacker or some shit. But I told myself,
says,
I ain't about to start
like I don't give a shit if I fail all my classes and have to take them over. It's just wasting my GI Bill, but that's my time to waste.
Waste that shit, yo. GI Bill. American money. Do 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 do. I think you'll succeed, though. You're good. You're smart enough. You're good enough, and doggone it, people like it.
Arcanoloth says, "What bothers me is the thought that someday my nephews will say, yeah, uncle is a cool guy to hang out and play games with, but he is kind of a loser that keeps me up at night."
Yeah. The opinion that they would have of
Arcanoloth
you.
says, "Everything else is trivia questions."
Yeah. I know that, like, when I was in my 20s, I'd always thought, is this life for me? You know, like, whenever I got my first job, like, first official paying job, not one that I was, like, you know.
Arcanoloth says, "I want to be the guy they think I am, and not disappoint them."
Nah. You're going places, kid. You're going places. I see it right now. Because you can, like imagine, you know, a life where you live this way and that way. Got a family or some shit like that, kids, you know. And then you look at your life and you're like, oh shit, I'm in my 30s, my 40s, I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s, you know, and then that's, and then like blam. It's like, what the hell happened? Life. Well, I'm gonna be a loser my entire life, so there you go. I mean, I knew that from a long time ago. So why strive for anything if you know you're gonna fail at it? That's what I think. For myself, anyway. If you know you're not gonna be good at anything, don't even try. That's why they were like, you can go to college. No, I'm not. Excruciating pain? Thank you. No. We did that the whole trade school thing or whatever, you know. Learn a trade, computer repair. Hardcore or education direct or whatever kind of bullshit. Yeah, right. Got a diploma.
Arcanoloth says, "Yeah, exactly. I'm in my 30s for a bit longer. I have time to make moves but no more time to figure things out. Start making moves now."
Making moves. Making moves.
Arcanoloth says, "If you are in your 50s or 60s and still don't know, I can't help you."
Right. Luckily, I'm in my early 40s now, so there you go. I still can't figure shit out. Stuck in a dead-end job. No skills or any kind of bullshit to really start anything else. Nowhere around here that's close. I have anxiety so bad that I don't really want to go anywhere to like city-wise kind of shit, you know. That and not in the best health, so there you go. Just leave me on the side of the road and run me over with a tractor. You know, the ones that mow the interstates and stuff, whatever they are. Those big side of the highway tractor people. Just like, boom. Well, there he was. Just ran over him. Okay, well, leave him there. He'll rot. It's like, you know, if you think that you won't have a future, then you don't put yourself out there to do anything because it won't matter. And I always thought that way. Got no future. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I can think of all sorts of things that would be interesting to do, but getting to do them,
Arcanoloth says, "40s, you are in your prime. But understand you are on a time limit. You can enact a plan that takes you into your 50s, but the physical decline from 50s to 80s becomes severe." You can mitigate this decline with exercise, but it happens to all of us.
Yeah. Especially, like, since my mom has rheumatoid arthritis, and I've seen how it, like, debilitates and things at such a fast pace, depending. And I've got some symptoms. I know that I do. I mean, that and working in damn fucking retail. Knees are kind of shot from it. Feet. Arms. Head. To the point, all I want to do is sleep. That's why I'm like, if I don't contribute anything to society, then what's the point? That's my thinking a lot, too. Let life happen to those who want to live, those who want to propagate. I was watching something today. I don't know why either. I just, before I went to work, I got onto, what was it? It's on YouTube. It's 60 Minutes Australia. And, let's see. Oh, no, I don't want to do that with him. This, lady that's on there, her family, her brother and she both went to, like, San Francisco, and so they're from Australia. She's a news anchor lady. And, they have a medical condition in their family. It's a gene.
Arcanoloth says,
that,
if you are not completely debilitated with carpal tunnel, I'd say lift weights, but that's on my mind cause I just dropped 500 freedom units at Play It Again Sports for 400 pounds of weight, because all the used deals dried up with COVID and it's a seller's market.
Freedom units? What's a freedom unit? I'm not aware of this term, son. Not aware of this term, little boy. Little boy. Hi.
Arcanoloth says, I consider it an investment in my health. Bought a trap bar off Amazon and plan to deadlift twice a week.
Wow. I don't think I could do that. The only deadlifting I do is 32-pack of bottled water every day.
Arcanoloth says, is that dollars American? My bro-in-law would say.
Is that dollars American? Is that dollars American? I don't know. Lifting like 50 pounds of dog food a day and 32 16-ounce bottles of water, like in a pack for people and shit like that. That'll wear you down. So I do that at work, so I don't think about doing kind of like lifting or anything at home. That's for damn sure. The only lifting I do is my water bottle to my mouth right there, some food to my mouth right there, and that and picking up my hand, putting it on the mouse.
If you can press 50 pounds above your head, you are in better shape than some people.
You mean just lifting
says, haha.
Well, yeah, it's no problem to lift it. It just wears you down, all the time.
Arcanoloth says, that's a lot of people. They lift the fork to their mouth.
That's right. That's what really matters, though. And then like completely chill out at home and then try to sleep and then stress over the next day, like every damn day. Routine shit. I don't know how much that way. Like, I really want a bottle of fucking water. Come here. It's like that damn ladder at work. I find it easier just to carry it above my head rather than just one hand. Let's see. 16.9 fluid ounces times 32. There you go. Just carry it on my shoulders.
Arcanoloth says, friend of mine is 6'4" tall, 400 pounds? And he wants to lift but doesn't want to discuss diet, and I'm like, I've seen this movie before.
I've seen this movie before.
Arcanoloth says, not throwing shade on anyone's goals, only you can decide your goals.
Let's see, 16.9.
Arcanoloth says, but I have seen more than one person think they can outlift or outrun a bad diet, and I know how this ends.
So that's only 33.8 pounds. It's not a lot. You know, you always hear about those people that can set their mind a certain way and just lift anything. Kind of like that whole, when you get to adrenaline flow and stuff, you can just lift a car type situation.
Arcanoloth says, my take, nobody can tell you what your goals are.
Especially when you don't even know your own, what you want goals in life and stuff. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on,
Arcanoloth
Voss.
says,
Come on,
once you decide on your goals, the answers to how to reach those goals are usually straightforward.
One of my main
says, but if you don't know where you are going, you will probably end up somewhere else.
going my way, as I guy said on the Twilight Zone. I think my ultimate goal was to live long enough to see civilization end. That's one goal that I always look forward to. The end of humanity type thing. I don't know why. It just makes me happy. Because I'm evil, I suppose.
Arcanoloth says, isn't that the rub?
The rub? Like the ultimate goal of everything? Of everyone? Live long enough to watch everything just go away? Kind of like Thanos, right? Like whenever he done the whole snapping thing and then goes live in like a little hut or shack somewhere or whatever in the galaxy. He's like, I'm finally able to rest, you know? That sort of shit.
Arcanoloth says, every era has a death cult around the end of civilization, but the really insulting part is it just keeps going.
Well, what was that guy before with the cult, where they believed that one of the comets was, like aliens or something and gonna beam them up or something like that, and they all drank the Kool-Aid and, like, died or something, some shit. It was that old man, that old gray-haired man. The euthanizer? I don't know. It was somebody. I can't remember. I just remember being able to like go outside and like watch either a comet or asteroid or something like that.
says, people want to believe they are special.
I know, right? That's the thing. Like a lot of people do think that they're like important, you know. And sometimes it's hard to convince them that they're not. We have the illusion of being important. Maybe in our own little head or whatever like that. We're like, we're the king of our own castle in our head. I'm the king of the castle. You're not a big asshole. Na 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 boo boo. Takesha.
Arcanoloth says, that is the central cognitive hazard.
Cognitive hazard. I don't think I can hold off for too much longer.
Arcanoloth says, I want to believe I am important, but all evidence points to I am not important. Arcanoloth says, how do we resolve this conundrum?
Well, there's always the thought that every little bit that you do to help someone else makes you makes that person, or well, you
Arcanoloth
and that
says,
person like a
people
thing,
have a variety of solutions to this situation.
Like, every little bit of help you do to somebody, someone thinks, that's an important thing. Well, that's the only problem. They think it is, and it's not. Like, I always think, like, in like 5 billion years or some shit, we're not even going to be here anyway. But the Earth's going to, like, just go, if it doesn't already before that, if we don't kill it, if we don't make it Mars.
The Thought Fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
And then people always want to, like, believe in some sort of fairy tales and all that kind of stuff to ease their minds and shit. And what about reality? It feels like reality slaps you in the face and you're like, the fuck, Like naysayers and shit. I'm a naysayer, I suppose. Whoa!
Arcanoloth says, that's my fav bit from Terminator. One of Sarah's co-workers asks in 100 years who will care.
Exactly. That is so damn true. That's how I always seem to think. People look at me like you said, you don't even care, do you? I'm like, no. And they're like, why? And I'm like, hey, you don't know. You wouldn't understand. You just would not understand. I can't put... I get myself in that... I guess it's a type of depression or some shit where you just realize that one day you're not going to be around, and like, if that's the case, then what's the point of anything? If you're going to be remembered, if you feel like you're going to be that kind of important, but you're not, because even the people we have in the history books at being some sort of person that changed the world or discovered this or that, well, in years to come there won't be any of that. Like, if humanity just dies off and then, books and digital information and all that just goes away, then who in the hell would care? Well, another civilization comes along and they're like looking at ruins of what we did have, and they, there's no talk of who this is, and they're thinking, oh, it must be a mystical or magical thing or something, that these people were gods, or some sort of shit like that. It's not gonna matter. That's my whole thing. Like, if we could get in a TARDIS or some shit like that and go to the end of the universe to see the last people on a rocket, which I always thought was kind of odd. The master was planning it all along. And then you have that whole thing like, does your consciousness continue after you die? Well, who knows? Have you died yet? Have you stayed dead long enough to see if that is actually a thing? What are we going to be like Kiefer Sutherland or whatever in that one movie, Flatline or whatever it was? Let's just swap over. I can get myself down really badly. I was calling myself a piece of shit today at work. I was calling myself a dumbass and everybody's looking at me. I looked at them and said, well, it's true, he is a dumbass. And then I'd say, yeah, I know, I am. And they'd look at me like, what?
Arcanoloth says, Kiefer Sutherland, I liked him in Dark City.
He's a very odd one, He's like...
Arcanoloth says,
creepy.
Remember when he died opioids in 24?
He did opioids in 24? Was that Mirror movie or whatever he was in too? Lost Boys. That highway movie with Reese Witherspoon. That was kind of creepy the way he was in that. Kiefer. And his dad Donald in a lot of movies, you know. Like the Body Snatcher movie, I think that was it.
Arcanoloth says, Lost Boys is one of the best vampire films according to RT.
Well, yeah, it was pretty damn good. I mean, I like the whole thing, like, dude that played on Teen Wolf as the dad, you know, that guy, whoever he is. He played, in Gilmore Girls is that dude Richard, who was Lorelai's dad. Like, he played a pretty good, like, you know, straight man vampire guy that, you know, and that whole thing about them inviting him in cancels out, like, all the, you know, his ability to, like, you know,
Arcanoloth
stuff.
says, lots of shitty vamp films, like the Underworld series.
You know, I don't even think of that as a vampire movie for some reason. When I watch that, I was always thinking The Matrix for some reason. It's just eye candy for what's her name, Kate Beckinsale. And she became like the ultimate like vampire thing, right? Like could live in the daylight or something.
Arcanoloth says, zero shade to Kate Beckinsale, she made her paycheck there.
That's right. And then you have Edward and everybody in the Twilight movies. Vampire movies. There was a vampire movie that I saw before that everyone was always confusing because Jim Carrey made one too, but not the same movie. But the dude that played Wilson in House, I can't remember his name, but he was in some sort of a movie where some woman like bites him and he changes into a vampire. I forget the name of that movie. But then Jim Carrey was also in some sort of vampire movie, I think. So people were always confusing the two or whatever.
Arcanoloth says, my bro-in-law would make a point whenever Kate Beckinsale came up. He would say, hey, wanna double up on girl for a rape charge, and I was like, weird flex but okay.
Well, you know, you could always probably make him like a real doll version of Kate Beckinsale. I mean, get a live cast like of her face or head or whatever, you know, one of those life mask things they do or whatever, if there's even one out there. And then make it like a silicone head or whatever with a hole in the mouth.
Arcanoloth says, haha, I'm sure that is a thing.
Right. You can get one of those like fake skulls or some shit like that and put it in there too if you want it to be real. Put veins and shit in there, I don't know. And just get you like a blow up doll whatever body thing and fill it full of silicone and go to town, I guess. I don't know. Or get a mannequin like Bud from Married with Children. Love and marriage, it's an institute I can't disparage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, it's an institute I can't disparage. When's the last time I saw like an interview with Kate Beckinsale? I can't remember. You're like, oh wow, she looks so young and stuff, and she opens her mouth and she sounds like this old lady, like going, "Hey everybody, how you doing?" And you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? Cut back on those cartons a day, all right?
Arcanoloth says, ah ha ha ha.
I found a flaw today or the other day at work. Every day that we close up and stuff, we print out reports and shit, and it says like how many cigarettes were sold by like pack or whatever, and it'll say like 100 or so or whatever every day. And so I got curious. I was thinking, okay, we sell these things in cartons too, right? Like a whole carton. Well, before when this guy came up to buy like a carton of cigarettes.
Arcanoloth says, I laughed at the interview where she was explaining she does not drive and the director had explained to her in a scene for one of those underworld films. Hey Kate, you have to occasionally look at the road when driving, and she is like, oh okay.
She's never driven. Damn. That's crazy. She's never driven. Well, I guess you don't have to, like over in London, England, the area. I mean, you get somebody like taxis and cabs and whatnot, or whatever they're called. And, if you're posh, popular-ish or whatever. But this guy was buying a carton of cigarettes, or a whole carton, like the whole thing, like 10 or whatever is in there. And I thought, hold on a minute, let me print out a report on how many I've sold today so far, right? Because I'm curious about stuff. I just got a curiosity, like, boom in my head, And printed it out. It said 22 cigarettes sold, like,
Arcanoloth
packs.
says, imagine being that hot. People just offer to drive you everywhere.
Right.
This person cannot be well adjusted.
And she is eye candy, that's for damn sure. So, I printed it out. It said 22.
Arcanoloth says, when you date a girl that is that hot, this is what you sign up for.
You sign up for being the third wheel. But it said like 22 packs of cigarettes sold that day, or for that. So whenever I scanned his and like he checked out left or whatever, I reprinted it. And the guy got 2 cartons of cigarettes. That's how many he bought too. So I thought, okay, it's going to be 20 more, so maybe like 42. No, it added each carton as one individual pack of cigarettes. I was like, that ain't right. So this whole time, every time we sell a carton, it counts as 1 pack. So that's why our counts are so damn off on the cigarettes and shit. Because Dollar General can't count. Damn register shit. It should know the difference between a carton and a damn pack. I'm fucking shit. Anyway, that's just a little rant. Life's like this.
Arcanoloth says, use think Dollar General can count to 1.
Yeah, they can't. So now we've been like discussing like, well, should we be selling them as individuals, even if they're in a carton? Like scan one and go beep, 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 whatever like that. I mean, they cost more that way. Because, like, if you, like 10 individual packs of cigarettes cost more than a carton that has 10 in there. So the count versus money, are they losing money by us selling them as a carton and we're not aware, we're not supposed to, because no one tells you shit? It's confusing, and I've brought it to the attention of the people I work with, and we're confused. It's like, who do we even ask? I mean, nobody knows a fucking thing. I think I need to probably ask or bring it to the attention of the Reddit group that is the Dollar General employees that hound on Dollar General all the time, to see if they noticed it too. I'm guessing nobody gives a shit because they don't give shits. Which reminds me of that damn flaw I found in Family Dollar's register system that time. I was told never to talk about what it was exactly.
Arcanoloth says, I'm reminded of Jeremy Irons in Margin Call, instructing Quinto's analyst to speak as you would to a dog, or an exceptionally smart child, because I assure you it's not brains that got me this job.
Man, speaking and stuff. I watched a video on YouTube today before I went to work of a guy that gave water to an armadillo on the side of the road that was dirty. and picked it up and moved it away from the road because it didn't want to get ran over. And it kept running back toward the road. I'm thinking, these things are just prone to run to roads. It's like a possum, right? You know, the previous manager that I had before the previous manager, she had 3 possum that she saved for some damn reason when she saw them out in her yard one day, and they grew up to maybe a year or so old, and as every time one of them would escape, it would run right to the road and get ran over. Every single time. First 5 seconds or so, they'd run right to the road and get ran over. All 3 of them eventually died the same way. And I kept thinking to myself, what is it with certain animals and highways? Why do they have to get ran over? Why do they go toward it? There's a dead deer on the side of the road up here too. Of course, hunting season's going to start coming around in the fall like it always does. But I'm like, and frogs and everything. I don't like, even when I'm driving at home at night, I see frogs like every single night hopping straight across the road. They're not going at an angle. Some of them turn and do look at me, and they're like, "Oh shit," you know. But some of they're constantly just actually crossing the road. And I'm like, what is it with animals and just crossing the road? They can't just walk down the road. They got to cross it. Is it because of the lines they see? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I got problems, but you know, I just find it odd. The animals are attracted to the highway.
Arcanoloth says, could easily invert that question and ask, why do we have to build roads everywhere?
True.
Arcanoloth says, food for thought.
Very true. And why the hell should we make curves? Like curve around someone's property. Just go through that son of a bitch. Who gives a shit? Government says we're going to go through this land by building a road. Sorry, sucker. Straight lines are easier on the traffic. Just imagine tearing up someone's yard, their field next to their house or something like that. What's going on out here? What are y'all doing in my yard? Oh, we're making this road straight. We don't like it curved. It just swings around to the back of your, you know, that's an extra few seconds we can really use. That is true, I guess. Why do we have to build roads? And how is it that some kids can like run across a highway and be okay? You know, like, what is it? It was something I was watching back when I used to work at Family Dollar. A coworker sent me a video of a kid that crossed 6 lanes of traffic. They were like maybe 2-ish years old or whatever, and went to a Family Dollar store and opened the door, went in, went to the toy aisle. It's like it's on camera, the kid coming through there and stuff like that. But when you find out about the 6 lanes of highway, you're like, how in the hell did that kid go past 6 lanes without anyone seeing? And this was in like a city. And I'm thinking, you know, usually at night, everybody's not asleep, right? There's somebody got to be out there, and not one damn person saw this little 2-ish year old kid or whatever. Especially not the parent. Apparently, they must have been passed out or some shit. And then they also like fired the people that closed the store that night because apparently they didn't lock the door. You know, just I can't remember who showed me that. It was a coworker. Gave me the link to that.
Arcanoloth says, I read a great blog series once, about how it's always a white male who asks this question in high school history class, why didn't they just rise up? 'Cause he hasn't felt the weight of the system just yet and the females already know what's up.
Why did he just rise up? Are you talking about like women's lib or something like that? He's not like wondering why people have taken like shit or whatever because of how they are and who they are.
But note the question that isn't asked. Why don't the whites just not buy slaves? Note how that question never occurs to them.
Right. Well, you know, slavery has been like on both sides. I mean, Whites have had white slaves. Blacks have had black slaves. I don't know if you ever heard of a black having a white slave, though. Maybe somewhere in history. I don't know. But
Arcanoloth says, talking about slavery, it's always a white boy who asks, why didn't they just rise up? They never ask why not just not buy slaves?
I could not imagine owning a person. Like, you know, that would just I could not do that. Like, I don't see how that was ever like a thing, you know,
Arcanoloth says,
realized in the day.
I think it's interesting to ask, why do we always ask some questions and never ask other questions?
Depending on how woke you are, boy. What doesn't stir the pot the most kind of situation. Because you ask one question, and then if it's the wrong question, it starts a whole chain reaction of events that you wish had never happened if you'd not asked that certain question. But you know, I just couldn't see like owning another person. I don't know whose idea in the world it was back in the day to think that that was a right thing anyway. I mean, how did that even start?
Says, forget woke is the new broke. Forget what Twitter is doing right now.
I don't even go on Twitter. I'm sure a lot of people do, but you know, I don't. I have a Twitter, but I can't tell you the last time that I even got on there to look at it. That was like before I started Dollar General, so it was 12 years ago? Was Twitter around 12 years ago? I don't know. I remember a lot of the IRC people I was with had a Twitter, and they told me, yeah, get a Twitter. I'm like, oh, whatever. Got it, didn't do a damn thing with it. It's mostly about, like, I just wanted my name on it, you know. Associate name.
Arcanoloth says, imagine living in a society that is debating the white man's burden and should you own slaves to enrich the black man's experience or should you send them back to Africa? Arcanoloth says, my point is, by accepting the form of their argument, you have conceded the most important point.
People don't love each other anymore. They need more hugs in the world. I don't know. Everyone needs a Coke. Now I'm thinking that movie with Richard Pryor, where was it the toy? And the little kid masturbates. Richard Pryor. He probably signed right up for that movie too when he read the script. I put it on Pluto TV here the other day.
Arcanoloth says, the point is, they have an idea of how the world works in their world, and they cannot conceive of any other way.
True. Well, you know, I've never looked into the history of a lot of that stuff, you know, back in the day kind of thing, and like I just don't know. It's just weird. Of course, I guess that'd be like a Star Trek thing.
Star Trek 6 had it right when General Chong told Kirk, it is us cold warriors that will have it hardest in this new world.
The new world. Like the Prime Directive. There we go. The directive we have now, if we went back in time and stuff like that, to see how things were. Like the Salem witch trials shit and all that too, you know.
Arcanoloth says, old people dislike change.
That's right. They like to write checks, though. That's the thing. Can I fill this check out? Sure, I don't give a shit. Bottom team. You know, and okay, it's kind of getting when you said old people and change and shit. You know how they've always said like, oh, you know, if we stop writing checks, it's a sign of the devil, or if we start putting chips in our arms or our heads, it's a sign of the devil. Where the fuck does it say that shit anywhere in the Bible? Is there like a certain passage that says, if you stop writing bank checks, you know, there's going to be these things called electronic chips in the future, and if you put that in your neck, then that's a sign of the devil. Ooh, evil. You got Elon Musk putting it in your head to control things with your mind. Ooh. He must be the Antichrist. No, he's just somebody who wants to help the fucking world. How about that?
Arcanoloth says, remember when the Bible said people that wear shirts of two mixed fibers should be stoned to death?
Are under Allied control. Excellent work.
Well, they tried to stone everybody anyway, no matter what. They had them weird beliefs about everything.
The Bob Fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
And they figure out, oh hell, wait a minute, we're hurting people. You know. It's like, don't hurt anyone, else you'll go to hell. Well, the Bible says to stone that person. Well, that's hurting them. So
Arcanoloth says, so my question is, should I stone my neighbor for wearing a poly blend over the weekend, or is a weekday fine?
Things you do on Sundays. Things to do on Sunday. Could you imagine? He's like throwing rocks at people or whatever like that. And then
Arcanoloth says, haha.
and then like they called the cops on you and said, why were you throwing rocks at him? Well, the Bible said, you know. Man. And the only like stories in that thing are just whatever they want there anyway. Stuff they don't want people to know. It's not there. They baby it down so that everyone gets controlled. And I'm sure a lot of the stories have some sort of meaning, and may have been true at one point, but have been like changed up so many times that the true nature of the story has been mixed.
You hit the nail on the head.
I'm sorry. Here, turn the nail over. I'll hit it backwards.
Arcanoloth says, people told stories. Stories have power.
Stories have power. That's what I've always thought. Like, that's what the Bible is. Because I've not gone to church. I may have gone like maybe 5 times my whole life. And this, I don't have the knowledge of it in my head like most people would, you know, who have actually read the Bible. I have not read the whole Bible, I'll say that, because I'm like, this is just a work of fiction.
Says, I was raised Southern Baptist, left in my teens.
And hell, I was like that dude that used to be in the IRC chat with Cora, or just call me Cora and myself, that he was Pentecostal, and then now he's an atheist. I'm thinking, holy shit.
Arcanoloth says, grew up in the South, so I get the cultural influence.
Yeah, you got that right. The whole first few letters you have in cultural there is very true. Even like during my grandmother's funeral, my aunt was sitting in front of me in the chairs, because they didn't have the pew things or whatever, they just had chairs. Then a preacher guy was up there from her church or whatever, was talking about, you know, shit or whatever, like Jesus this, Jesus that, and as he was saying things, she was nodding her head, and then they started playing this music, you know, with just Jesus music, and as it was playing, as he was nodding his head, she was nodding hers at the same speed, and there was no rhythm to this thing. It was like just whatever, and it's like they were, you know, they had the rocking sensation that most people that would have what is it, autism, you know, it reminded me of autism at a point where they were both just rocking back and forth, and like, holy shit, the Kool-Aid's real, you know. I don't know. I don't mean to bash on people's beliefs and shit, but have an idea. Like, I've always been one of those that I'll allow you to believe what you want to believe, as long as you let me believe what I want to believe. And it never works that way. Like, you can just say, okay, that's what you think, I'm okay with that. But then you start putting your point to them, and it's almost like, you know, you've been shamed or some shit like that, and you need to go live on an island by
Arcanoloth
yourself.
says, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And I've seen that so many times, so I never bring it up at work, you know. Like that time at what was it? A manager of mine, like at the other store, and the assistant were talking about like the orange and yellow and red fires of hell.
Arcanoloth says, but you run into people that are playing the game by different rules. The card says moops.
Whoops. Mips. The card says mips. And I was like, I was telling him, I said, wouldn't it be blue fire? Like a whitish blue, if it were fires of hell? She's like, no, it's red. I'm thinking, well, how the hell you know? Because the Bible says so. I'm thinking, yeah, but that's not the hottest the hot can get. I mean, it's hotter when it's bluish, whitish bluish color. That's white is hot. So hell should be a bluish flame more so than it should be a red flame. They just completely like belittled my ass in front of me that day. Laughed at me like for the whole week or whatever. Shunned me in a way, I would say. Blasphemy type shit. I was just throwing like normal shit at them, like, you know, hey, well, you know, if I was saying like, well, if heaven is a warm place, wouldn't hell be a cold place? When you say burn in hell, maybe they get freezer burn. You know, it's like throwing things like that at them. They're like, you're such full of shit. You know?
Arcanoloth says, Seinfeld did an episode where Costanza's GF was obsessed with this bubble boy, and George didn't want to go there but his GF wanted to, so he agreed.
Bubble boy. I don't think I saw that episode. Bubble boy. The John Travolta one.
Arcanoloth says, so the bubble boy correctly assessed that George does not want to be there, so he goes hard.
He goes hard on him. Poor George. George Costanza. That's a pretty good show.
Arcanoloth says, they were polying Trivial Pursuit, and WTF does the bubble boy have to do all day but read trivia so he wins all the fucking time.
I can see George getting mad. Character getting mad at that shit.
Arcanoloth says,
he's telling him
George
cheating.
gets tired of this shit, so when he pulls a card with a typo, he smiles.
He smiles. Oh god, I gotta watch that.
Arcanoloth says, he asks a question and the correct answer is the Moors.
The Moors.
Arcanoloth says, the bubble boy says, oh, that's the Moors.
Like he studied the cards. Costanza gets pissed.
Arcanoloth says, and George, smiling, says, I'm sorry, the answer is moops.
Because of the typo. Wow.
Arcanoloth says, bubble boy says that's a typo, the answer is the Moors. Arcanoloth says, Geogra says, I'm sorry, the card says moops.
I gotta see that. I'm sorry, the card says moops. Took the one thing that the kid was good at, turned it around on him.
Arcanoloth says, Ayo, this is important.
core water is pretty damn good, I have to say. It's that good osmosis water. That osmosis customer came in the other day.
Arcanoloth says, when George says the card says moops, he does not seriously believe the answer to an empire that rules the Middle East is moops. Arcanoloth says, he just wants to win an argument.
He just wants to win an argument. Leave on a high note, George.
Arcanoloth says, and more importantly he wants the bubble boy to loser.
To be a loser? To lose? I could totally see that. Damn, that show was pretty good, even though it was about nothing. You gotta admit, you know, if you don't like Seinfeld, something's wrong, right? Even though nothing happens during the episode, it's just funny as hell. Remember back whenever the whole thing about what's Kramer's name, you know, was a thing back then. It was Cosmo. Kramer comes sliding in.
Arcanoloth says, so the moral is, when you argue online, you don't know if the other guy is trying to argue IBN good faith, or the card says moops.
The card says moops. Is that how you kind of end the argument? See if they laugh or anything? Well, now I got indigestion from eating that damn lasagna I just ate a second ago. Fuck! I also ate some raw garlic, hoping that would thin some blood a little bit. Break up any clots that's in there. Liver loves that shit. Maybe that enlarged heart loves that shit too. Ow. You know, I've always had a fear of like dying on the toilet, kind of like Elvis. You know, like because I've passed out before, like. You know, massively, like, and woke up with a bloody chin, and I always thought that's how I was gonna go out, because I would see it like in my head, die on a toilet. That was before I knew anything about Elvis dying on a toilet. I think the last time I passed out when I was trying to take a shit was about 8 months ago. Was it 8? 6, 8, whatever? I was having that issue. Constipation. And the pain just was so intense that I just kind of like, everything kind of went black and I just, but it luckily was like in an angle toward the back to where I was still like upright. I woke up in cold sweat and all that bullshit. Yeah, I was like 42 years old there when that happened. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-doo-doo. Bum, ba-doo-doo-doo. That one time, like when I was even younger, when I hit my chin on the bathtub, blood everywhere. When your shit gets compacted, you need to relieve yourself. The liver was working extra hard that day too to try to push through, you know, and help that stuff slip, and it just kept coming up. Just vomit up, vomit up. If it hadn't been for my mom going to get that enema, talking about some bad day right there. No matter what I did, I could not get away from that pain. It reminded me so much of that gallbladder pain.
Arcanoloth says, RBG's personal trainer used to tell her, while doing bodyweight squats. If you can't do this movement, you need live-in care to get on and off the toilet.
Oh, goodness. Now, yeah, if I need to go to the bathroom or anything like that, one of the things, like, if I was ever going to get into some sort of a physical activity or project, within the first 5 minutes, I'd always have to go take a shit. So crazy. Every time. It's like it just would loosen the bowels or something. So I would, like, when I was working on my Volkswagen, I'd get all the tools ready for what I was going to do, and I'd get underneath the thing to do what I needed to do, and then all of a sudden, bam, it hit you. You're like, shit. Let me go to the bathroom. Have, like, oil, grease, and shit all over your heads, and wash your hands first as best as possible, as not to get it everywhere. Every damn time. I need to take that tire off that car and go get another one put on there. Because I highly doubt it. I don't think it's the rim that's making it go down. I just need to have a day to do it when I'm not interrupted and no one's being nosy. That, and you have to schedule, like around here, you can't just go down to some sort of a tire place or whatever and say, hey, could you put this tire, take this one off this room, put this one on here. You gotta, like, call and make an appointment.
Arcanoloth says, I ate some MREs in my time in the army. That stuff would jam me up for days after.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I think the typical American diet is low in fiber.
Oh my God. MREs, man. Even though, like, those things are salty as hell. And yeah, packed full. I mean, even, like, the cocoa bar is, like, solid cocoa, like, compressed together, Because my mom sold MREs at her store when she had it. And every once in a while, I'd buy one or whatever and eat it for lunch. Like, the spaghetti was pretty damn awesome. I actually like that. But then that chocolate candy bar in there, that cocoa bar, my God. And the peanut butter, thick as hell. The crackers, hard as a rock. But I guess you have to do that, like, when you're out there, because it packs it into you, So you have to, like, gorge yourself in water because that stuff's so damn dried out. But yeah. MREs. Meals ready to eat indeed. Sometimes would come with a little piece of toilet paper. I always liked the little shit that came with it. I got a bag, like, full of that crap that I would take camping.
Arcanoloth says, the MRE assumes a clean water source yet.
So, like, if you don't want to get constipated when eating an MRE, find some place that that has, like, some sort of bacteria in the water that causes, or climb, go up a higher altitude so you get altitude sickness, so you have to shit all the time. Yeah, you can do that. My sister, when she was with her boyfriend before she just had gotten married, they went to Peru down there to Machu Picchu or whatever it is, and they said that, like, the first few days they were just on the toilet and they were drinking bottled water and they just couldn't figure out what was going on until they were thinking, okay, wait, altitude sickness, because they weren't used to the certain altitudes or whatever that they were in, because they were used to, like, being around Miami and the lower sea level-ish area or whatever like that. If I'm making sense, I'm sorry. I try to make no sense. That's nonsense, sir. Sometimes I think it'd be good to just have a finger stuck up an ass every once in a while to relax it. Those people that get too anal. That's what dildos are for. Damn you and the dildos and the lubricant. The news announcer lady was like, it looks like bottles of water. Oh, a while ago when I was talking about the video of the news anchor lady I watched, it was she and like her brother had this genetic defect that a few people in the world actually have, and it was where like all of a sudden you never can sleep again. What was that called? Damn it, I can't remember. F something. What the hell was that? Oh, shit. Let me look that. Let me see. And it got me thinking, like when I was watching this stuff. People who remember every second of their life, no. Never sleep again. FFI. 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 Yeah. Fatal feminine insomnia. Feliminal. Yeah, whenever like this she was talking about like her mother like contracted it when she was in her 50s. They had like a sibling or something that got it in like their 20s, or like a relative or something, and it just like it's unlocked, you know, because what was I talking about, like genetical type stuff earlier or whatever, like the rheumatoid arthritis, and they went to like some sort of a sleep study because this lady over in San Francisco and her husband, they found out that the lady herself had it in her family, like the gene or whatever that can be unlocked, and then bam, you're gonna die kind of thing. And they had like information about what happens when people can't. It's like they can't go into the deep sleep mode, so they're constantly kind of barely awake all the time. And at most, a person that gets diagnosed with that can live like within 6 months, and they're dead because they can't sleep. I think that is so cruel. But they were showing like what happens in the brain. It's like in the central core of the brain or whatever. It's like this sort of plaques and things and proteins start latching on, genetic like malfunctioning, and like just latching on to things that are supposed to be receptors and things, and eating away, and then it just kind of just makes you hallucinate, and all these other problems happen, like a dementia type state where they don't know who you are.
Arcanoloth says, that shit is wild.
Yeah. And so the news reporter lady was talking about like life expectancy. She's thinking she and her brother, he's like 28 years old, she's like 30, and they're thinking they have maybe like just 10 years until it happens to them. So they're thinking, should they even plan out for like, having a life? Because knowing, she said like at a certain age, that's when she found out that her family had this stuff. She hasn't like actually pursued anything because she's afraid if she gets this, passes it on or whatever, tries to have a family. But they're trying to help that there's going to be like a cure and things. And it got me thinking about like just genetic disorders in general. Things that just can be switched on and off type thing, like genes and things. And if you can find that, in the body, can you, like rewrite it in a way? Because I know they go like gene therapy and stuff like that, but like to just turn it off. Because I know, like in my family, my mom's side, they have a lot of, Alzheimer's, dementia, multiple sclerosis, and apparently now RA, since no one in our family's ever had rheumatoid arthritis, but my mom has it now, or has had it for years. And I'm just wondering, like, the contributing factors as to how that could happen, or how that can get genetically unlocked to where, boom, you're gonna, this is gonna happen. And on my dad's side, it's mostly been cancer. That's how his dad died. That's how he died. His mother, of course, she was like a diabetic, so that's diabetes. I want to get Wilford Brimley on here saying diabetes, but I haven't yet. Yeah, I know that diabetes is bad, but it's just the way he says it just makes it funny to me. But everyone, like there can be hidden things inside of our genes that we're not even aware of that can just get unlocked by certain environmental factors. Maybe some sort of radiation if you've spent too much time out in the sun. Like cancer for one thing. Like it just their cancer cells are supposed to be inside of us at all times and just breaking down, but when they malfunction and start spreading and stuff like a zombie, that's when it becomes like a thing. It's actually not what's not supposed to happen. So I'm thinking like, how does it just go bonkers? How does it just flip and say, okay, well, here's what's happening now? And I get that, like, certain factors can help something along that you probably have, like, dormant, Like, people that have lung cancer or whatever, and it could be caused from, like, smoking too much or just, like, being around asbestos or, like, being at Camp Lejeune. Damn commercial. And I guess everybody's seen that commercial. It's been all over the TV every time you look at it. If you or someone you know was at Camp Lejeune and drank the water there, you may be entitled for compensation because it can be known to cause cancer. Like, what the fuck? Anything can. I mean, hell, the solar flares that the sun sends out can genetically and mutate us and whatever like that and cause us to go like all, and break down of things and cause cancer. Everything can. But I'm just wondering, like, if you take a strand of your DNA, you look through there and you just kind of like recognize each thing, like what you can actually have. And stress can like unlock it. But you can't lock it back. It's like once it's done, it's that way.
https://n.uncyclopedia.co/wiki/the_%27beatus.
The Beatus? Is that Wilford Brimley? The Beatus. Feel the Beatus of the rhythm of the night. But it's kind of freaky. I mean, I've got a friend of mine that halfway kind of grew up with. I mean, mostly in teens or something.
Arcanoloth says, THA Beatus.
The Beatus. His mom has or had Huntington's disease, and his brother would always like mock their mother and and do like the motions in which whenever she was sick and stuff, how he would just make fun of her. And then his brother ended up getting it and dying from it like his mother. And my friend, he was like saying one time, he's like, he doesn't know if he should even start a family because he's afraid that his kids would inherit the gene for that, and they would have it too. And he said he just couldn't do that to himself, so he never had children. And then he married someone with children, though. That's different. But he he never like got the symptoms of it. However, he was recently diagnosed within the past few years with Parkinson's, which out of the two, Huntington's or Parkinson's has a better lively rate of living versus Huntington's debilitation. So while both do suck, I mean, Parkinson's, if you were to get one or the other, Parkinson's would be the one you would want to get versus Huntington's, because you're gone with that, like quickly. But Parkinson's, can be managed early on and things like that, because of research and things. And while it does suck, especially, for him, because he was more of like an outgoing person, and he was in the military and everything too, and just had a life, and then bam, he always had that kind of lingering over him the whole time. Like, what do you do? You like, do you have a life if you know that, down the line something can happen to you at such a young age? And I think it was like late 30s whenever he got diagnosed with Parkinson's. I guess everybody's got everything. I mean, we got all sorts of bullshit DNA in us anyway. that it can just right contributing factors can just jerk us into like a a certain way that it's going to be for us. We just don't know until we die that it was what it is. What'd you die from? Oh, I died from this. Oh, well, I died from that. Okay, well, you're better than I am. Way to one up that one, buddy.
Arcanoloth says, THA beat us.
The beat us. Feel the beat us of the rhythm of the night. Been watching a lot of those Wilford Brimley remixes too. You know how people took his Liberty Medical stuff or whatever commercial and changed it up to say things.
Arcanoloth says, wanna know how I got these scars?
You wanna know how I got these scars? Diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
Arcanoloth says, things I do not want to hear in the line at the VA, Alex.
They have a Jeopardy channel on that Pluto TV that's got Alex Trebek all the time on it. That man was Mr. Jeopardy. You can't really imagine Jeopardy without Alex Trebek. It's almost like the like Wheel of Fortune without Pat Sajak and Vanna White, or or Bob Barker, in Wheel of Fortune, or I mean not Wheel of Fortune, but Price is Right. It just isn't the same, with Drew or anything like that. We're accustomed to certain things and seeing certain people. I mean, now you think of like Family Feud, of course, Steve Harvey, but Family Feud's gotten a little crazy, though. It's like when they interview the people to get the answer to certain questions, it's like the people probably say the incorrect one just because they want to see it on TV
says,
or whatever.
Vanna White had some tickle biddies.
Tickle biddies? She doesn't really do much anymore.
Arcanoloth says, Steve Harvey is a clown.
Steve Harvey is a clown. I like the older Family Feuds back in the day. Where the families would actually be up inside the walls there, sitting on the furniture or whatever like that, and they'd introduce them, they'd jump through and come out. They don't do that anymore.
Seriously, it's freaky how disproportionate Vanna White is.
Is she an alien? I always assumed every time someone said, Pat, say Jack, and he'd go, Jack! And Vanna, you got some white stuff under your nose there, babe. Wheel of Misfortune. I remember that Wheel of Fortune bot I made in IRC years ago. That was some fun shit. Even when I knew the answers, I forget them and love to just play it. Keep it running in a channel. Anybody come to the IRC channel, they can like jump in there and like start playing. They just would like type I think !play. It would add their name to the player list, and after you didn't do anything for so long, it would take you off of there. So much easier to script that back then. Python's bullshit. I need to figure out that timer issue. And I need to work on that event handler thing for I Am Aquathor, because he sent me another message about, hey, could you make it so, since the hosting is going to go away October 3rd, make the script where if it's 10 people or whatever or under that, it plays a certain video, and if it's more than that, it actually does a different raid video or whatever when someone raids. And I was like, I hadn't answered yet, because I'm going to say yes because I've already answered that, but I just haven't done anything with it. I guess, you know, he says no rush, but I know that, you know, he's anticipating. He wants it. So I'm like, okay. You know. I'll give it to you.
Arcanoloth says, sent message on Discord, THX Reddit.
Thanks, Reddit. Thanks, 4chan.
Enemy targets uncensored. Flanking damage detected.
That does suck, though, that the whole hosting thing is going to just go away. What harm did it do? That's my question. What was the harm in just typing /host a channel? Where, you know, their video would just play on your channel and you could have your own private chat, like while you're watching it, instead of having to join the actual channel.
Arcanoloth says, seriously though, isn't it weird how her head and top of her torso is disproportionate to her bottom torso and her legs? She looks top heavy BHT. That's good for an actress, I suppose.
Are you saying she's a clone? You thinking conspiracy? Well, maybe she's had enough, you know, plastic surgery or something, made her head bigger. I don't know. Vanna White. Yeah, she's got the little arms. And you know, also as you age, like you're, you know, you lose that tone up there, so it kind of makes you, you know, a little more disproportionate, I suppose, unless she's a robot.
Arcanoloth says, Nat, I think she's just the opposite end of the scale from women that are bottom heavy.
Oh, so
Arcanoloth says, human biodiversity.
So she's not hourglass then? She's just V-glass? What, I don't. She's a V and not an hour. Athletic. Like those Olympic women that do the gymnastics and stuff. You're like, are they women? Because of the muscles? Or like the professional wrestler ladies that have to get like boob jobs because they've lost all their boob fat because of their like toning and building of muscle and shit. Like the late China. Rock hard boobs. Like that lady that can crush a can with hers. You ever seen that video?
Arcanoloth says, good lord.
Good lord. Giggly giggly lord. Holy jizzly.
Arcanoloth says, Rocinante in my TFO, nice.
Sweet. Does it, well, it can only look so much as it can, though. Does it look pretty awesome? They could take a screen cap. Post that shit. Post that shit, little man. Put that shit on the can. Jungle Love. Oh, we, oh, we, oh. If you like listening to Jay stuff, you know, Jason Mewes does have that Twitch. He plays Fortnite all the damn time on it. And he's excited about it.
Arcanoloth says, Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Reboot? Yes. I have seen it, yes. It was just like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back to 2.0. That's what it felt like. I do think it's kind of odd that damn it, Kevin Smith's daughter, Zelda. Is it Zelda? What is her name? I can't fucking remember. Who is Zelda? That's Robin Williams' daughter, isn't it? Anyway, Kevin Smith's daughter does favor Jay more so than Kevin. Such an odd couple. Even Kevin has said it.
Says, "Fams watchin' Severance, Walken, and Totoro show up in that."
Walking down the street, walking. I was watching something the other day. It had Christopher Walken in it, or he was mentioned in it. It was like conspiracy theories or something. Because I was just, watching the Elvis movie. Of course, you look up the conspiracy stuff, and they had a thing about Avril Lavigne dying in 2003, and somebody named Melissa has been acting as her ever since, or whatever. But they had the thing about Robert Wagner and the whole boat thing again, or whatever, and they mentioned Christopher Walken and Robert Wagner would be the only two to actually know what happened on the boat. And I'm like, Christopher Walken? I don't remember hearing about him being on that boat. Yeah. We walking? It was that I can't remember what the hell her name was. I always forget every damn year, and I always remember talking about it. Then I remember looking at it, then I look it over. I'm retarded. Ooh, that's almost about to be captured if that's true. I want to go over here and kill something. Oh, yes. The power of the Undertaker. The power.
Scorpion wins.
Hello, Samuraith. Oh.
Fatality.
Since I went over to Judas' channel and raided yesterday.
Flawless victory.
For, because Octosnix, recommended it, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's a good idea. I got a few more little sound clips of Judas.
Samuraith says, "LOL, how's it going?"
It's a going. I just need to shoot some enemy. I need to shoot an enemy. Damn it. Where's a Voth at? Shit. Oh, no, I'm not going to get it, am I? Damn it. Yes, I did. Wow, cool. Okay, I don't want no, I got them anyway. I didn't want to get their battle zone command credits. That's not fair. But I got some Judas stuff. Let's see, I'm gonna look at a little good list of them.
Arcanoloth says, "Fuck these motherfrockers."
Fuck these motherfrockers.
Samuraith says, "Just hear Schwarzenegger yell, 'Shoot Scorp, LOL.'"
Shoot Scorp. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He likes to talk about a lot of things. Have you ever watched his YouTube channel? It's really interesting. Of all people to have a YouTube channel.
Arcanoloth says, "How I feel at the end of Fetus Diarrhea TFO." Samuraith says, "No, I never watched his channel."
I recommend it. It's pretty interesting. He is the governor. Dude has the
Samuraith says, "At Arcanoloth face _ tears _ joy."
Arnie for president, I say. Arnie for president. Arnold Schwarzenegger for president. He would be the president of the
Samuraith says, "With that _
with underscore. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a Terminator. Terminate. He terminates it. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. Oh God. Indigestion burp, so much shit.
Arcanoloth says, "They'd have to amend the Constitution to allow him to be pres."
I know, because he's not a citizen or a born citizen. Well, neither is Obama, so fuck.
Samuraith
I'm
says,
kidding.
"Yeah, they'd have to." Arcanoloth says, "Considering the candidates we've allowed so far, I'm all for it."
Right? Why not? I mean,
Samuraith says, "Bet he'd win the popular vote."
well, you think about it like this, right? Okay, someone that they migrate or whatever, come over to the United States to get their citizenship, they know more about the United States than those of us who've like actually, gone to school and lived here our whole lives. They can like pretty much just boom, they got the information, like in their head because they study for that shit. And there we are, like in school, goofing off or whatever, pass a test and forget the whole thing, or not it not be a thing to us. And what is it like? Is it still like you got to be 35 and not in the grave, and that's pretty much the age limit? Evidently, mental factual
Arcanoloth
facility.
says, America is a nation of immigrants.
Well, yeah. So there you go. If you immigrate over here or migrate or whatever it is, what migrate's like flying, isn't it? Okay, so immigrate. Then I'd say it's fair game. Anybody can run then. Just because they say you have to be born here.
You imagine the catchphrases he'd create if he were press.
Hell yeah. The Presidinator.
Arcanoloth says, looks at Trump's wives. 2 out of 3 were foreigners, proving once again that America needs immigrants to do the jobs Americans won't do.
That's damn right. They'll do it for cheaper too. And a better job of it. I mean, hell, if other countries can just build cities for no reason.
He'd be like Arcanoloth, he'll be back.
I'll be back. I have to go to the bathroom, I'll be back. That'd be his exit music, would be the Terminator music. But no, he's very like informed about a bunch of stuff and also funny to watch. And old as hell. The Terminator. Terminator! Shit. I should have acted that a little bit earlier than that. I mean, hell, if we can have somebody in office that doesn't have a brain, then, Damn it, I meant to go to the city. Shit. Damn it. Okay. Shit, damn it.
Arcanoloth says, if I only had a brain.
If I only had a brain, I could while away the hours,
says,
conferring with
LOL.
the flowers, consulting with the rain. With the brain, you'd be thinking you can be another Lincoln if you only had a brain. Oh, I could tell you why
silos are under Allied control.
the ocean meets the shore. I can think of things I never thought before, and I could sit and think some more. I could not be just a nuttin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. With the brain, life be merry, you can be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain. Are you saying that's the Biden
says,
theme song?
Why do I hear that Popeye movie song the Commodore sang thinking about if I only had a brain?
Popeye? Well, blow me down, olive oils. I told the now manager that we do have, I said for Halloween she could be olive oil because she kind of looks like an olive oil.
Samuraith says, you ever seen it with Robin Williams' Scorp?
Yes, I've watched the Robin Williams Popeye movie. He does a damn good job of it. Especially since the fact that he can...
Samuraith says, it's so good.
Oh, it was Robin Williams.
says, yeah, that's my issue. The Trumps of the world will happily burn it all down to stay out of jail. That's not surprising. It's the DeSantises of the world who are in no danger and would happily take the doomsday clock closer to midnight if they think they can get a tiny bit of power.
Yeah. That's why you're thinking like the government needs to just shut down. Like that part of the government. I'm not talking about like military part of the government. I'm talking like the government.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I bawled my eyes out when he died, Scorp.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was sad. I mean, but him having an illness and mental faculties and all that.
Arcanoloth says, burn the world to the ground so they can rule over the ashes. Those are people I can do without.
No, you pick them up and you take them to Venus and say, here, this is what you want. And they live for like 2 seconds and die. And there you go. This is what you want the world to be, then here.
Samuraith says, it just shows you how real depression is.
Well, we had more than depression. I can't remember exactly what it was anymore, but it was
Samuraith says, yep, dump them on Venus or Mercury.
yeah, hot ass planet that's been devastated by the radiation and bullshit.
Arcanoloth says, haha, yeah, I wish they would all move to downtown Mogadishu and leave us alone.
Yeah. Or do like I said, if there's 2 candidates that want to be president, put them in a ring together and have them fight it out. You got a war? Okay, you two get in here. Mills Lane will come back from the dead and referee the match.
Arcanoloth says, haha.
That'd be about it. I mean, that's what they're all shooting for. Hell. No, I want to rule the last rock on Earth. No, I do. Oh yeah, I'll thumb wrestle you for it. As the camera fades away, as the sun engulfs the Earth in the last time of man.
Arcanoloth says, Run the Jewels were asked if Trump and Hillary were in a cage who would win. They said Hillary no contest, and that's not an endorsement.
Would she have Trump get suicide himself to the back of the head twice? Oh, do I still have my shields off? Yep. You gotta watch that, you know. You do the wrong thing, you end up shooting yourself in the back of the head twice. Bill Clinton was my governor. Had no idea who he was, though. We've driven by his home, I can't tell you how many damn times. They moved it, you know.
Arcanoloth says, if she sincerely believed that was the way to win, beat him in a cage match and you get to be leader, she would rip his ear off, no doubt.
So she'd do more than Tyson would? Put him in like boxing gloves or something? Or an no-holds-barred match, like at the WWE or what?
Samuraith says, she pull a Tyson.
She'd pull a Tyson.
Arcanoloth says, she would do anything except be likable, and that's why she lost.
Are we talking about Robo Hillary or Clone Hillary? Tillery? What the hell is going on here? I can't zoom out. Okay. Oh, I was up here at the... Okay, that makes sense. Well, we're here, so let's do this. Phaser damage on fire. Phaser fire. Fire. Fire, Mr. Fire. What am I missing? Just look at the
Arcanoloth says, whoever said the DC press ball is Nerf prom, and DC is Hollywood for ugly people, they were right.
You go tell them to just worship their little owl god and leave us alone. Sacrifice that straw or hay virgin to the owl god. What is that place called? I forget. Ridge something, right? That little cult thing that's over there in Hollywood. That
Samuraith says, fire Mr. Snot.
Mr. Snot. No, you. Sabotage. What the heck's going on around here? You say sabotage, I say sabotage. Some Shatnerisms right there. That's what he said that one time. They told him to say sabotage, and he says, no. You say sabotage, I say sabotage. Because he's Canadian. He's William fucking Shatner. William fucking Shatner. Fire. Fire, mister. Fire! There's an asteroid right there. An asteroid. It's like a hemorrhoid in space. Ready to attack at any time. We've got to bust that asteroid before it clogs up another hemorrhoid. Why can't they call them heroids? Why's it always gotta be him, huh? Always gotta be him. Oh no, we're in follow mode now. I don't know how that happens. I mean, you can enable it in the game, but you know, you never do. It just automatically just does.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Hey, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. Okay, Sarah. Yo, teddy bear. Now, how the hell did I get that done to me right there? How did I get repel shields or allies while space combat? I did it again. Is somebody doing that to me? What? There's no other player around. How am I getting healed? I wish I could pay attention like everyone else. But I can't. I keep... Even today when I was at work, I was trying to figure out this damn timer situation in my script. It's pissing me off. Yay, forgot that done. Yay. So I know how I can do it, I just can't get the script to do it correctly. Because Python sucks ass with certain things. Especially if you thread it off into another process. You can't stop it. But then I looked up something about how to stop it. It checks it every interval to see if some sort of setting is set. I'm thinking, okay, this will work. It didn't work. Then I get to reading, oh, well, wait. That's for actual Python, not chatbot Python, which is Iron Python with a bunch of stuff taken out of it. Thank you, guy that created chatbot. You really know how to fuck someone over. So then I'm thinking, like, what if I make it a separate process? Like, jump it over to Python 3. Because since Python 2.7, Iron Python or whatever, is used for chatbot, well, you can export the functionality and make it run another script using the other one outside of chatbot. It just requires a lot more to do for that. And I'm thinking of doing that. But I'd have to have time and patience and a few days off to think about it. Which I'm scheduled to be off Tuesday. That's weird. That's Fresh Truck Day. That poor driver today. We had a truck delivery today at our store, and he got there and he couldn't pull in because Coca-Cola people were there backed up in the spot to deliver Coca-Cola. So he had to wait, and he couldn't turn the truck around, so he had to drive practically to the next town over to turn the truck around, to drive back to be able to pull it in correctly. And when he finally got there, he looks at the ramp, the side of our store, and he's like, oh, shit. Because everybody always gives us the same look, because it's a piece of shit the way they have it, where the docking area is. It's not big enough for a truck to pull onto. It's up. It's not into like an actual docking thing. It's just up on a ramp, and you've got like 3 wheels of the truck that actually fit on this thing, and then you have the other one that's like, you know, trying to make the truck fall over kind of situation. And so he gets that up there, you know, and he pulls the truck around here and there throughout the whole thing. One of the rolltainers, which contain all of the freight and stuff, you know, and one of them falls over, and of course the whole thing is nothing but glass jars for canning season, or a type of canning. I don't know why they even call it jars canning, but so you know, a few of those break, and we're like, okay, well, you know, it happens. And when he finishes up, it's been like 3 hours later. He says, "Man, I'm so sorry. It usually doesn't take me this long to unload one of these trucks." And it's like, "What did y'all have? Like a 1,200 pieces?" I said 15. He goes, "Oh, I guess that explains it. Yeah, they want us to do 500 every hour. Like 500 pieces every hour. Just you don't know what's on these things." But he just like had that. He said, "That damn ramp out there." And I said, "I know, right? Whoever designed that thing needs to be shot. Because it doesn't make any sense. They could have completely, like... what it is, it's like... I'm making up some numbers here. Maybe 12 feet across is the actual ramp, and then it slants down at a 45-degree angle. Like the concrete, cement, whatever. It's just like... just droops down. And then, of course, there's like the yellow... poles next to the building to make sure that the building doesn't get hit by the truck. So that's taken up at like an additional almost like 8 inches to 10 inches, because they're like 10-inch diameter, I think. So they're there. So he has to avoid those. So that makes it so the truck is shifted over a whole nother like foot or two, or a foot and a half, and it's already peaked at an angle because they want water to wash off of it 2 different angles. And he was just having it was just a day, you know, you can tell. And I said, well, you know, we usually don't get big trucks like this. And I told him how big the trucks were, and he said, well, why is this one so big? And I said, it's our inventory truck, the truck after inventory. He goes, wow, I'm so lucky. I was like, yeah, them drivers, man, they're pretty awesome. They get it, you know. They get screwed so much. Okay, let's look at this fleet. Oh, I posted on the Discord for this fleet here. And there it is right there, the Discord. It says website. SUC8SR5 is the Discord for this fleet. And I posted on there, having no one posted in years.
Samuraith
that
says,
we're finally at level
good
66.
Lord, this event scorp they expected me to carry. I'm like, LOL, I don't carry, my build isn't that good.
Oh, what event are y'all doing on PlayStation right now? Is it this Defense of Pavo or No Win? It's No Win, isn't it? I think y'all are at No Win.
Samuraith says, Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, the Kobayashi Maru. That would be the No Win scenario, as William Shatner would say. Scenario. Well, just fake it till you make it, man. How far on the campaign progress are you? And what are you gonna get with the reward? Ooh. It's funny, I have less on this character. Fleet match.
Samuraith says, died 3 times, that was rough.
You know, you get used to dying on there. Only 3. I just run into battle now. That's all I ever do. I sacrifice myself and my ship at the same time. Fleet marks. Fleet Max. Max! Mr. Max! Can I be an overlord now or something? I'm the only one here. I need to change that Scotty. I think I will do that.
All she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
I think I'm going to change Scotty one to a Scotty Jeff Tubes so it's easier to find. That way you can get all the Scotties. So here it is, Jeff Tube. Just add Scotty to the front of it. Since I have that as a separate just notepad file or whatever, I can update it without having to refresh the scripts. See now, now Scotty Jeff Tubes will work.
Are you on your feet all day? Does the constant pounding cause your ankles, knees, and back to ache? Hi, Billy Mays here for the world's greatest insole, Impact Gel. Why am I smashing my hand with this hammer? To show you the amazing protection you get from Impact Gel. And this hammer is real. The same gel technology is used in our Impact Gel insoles. If you have sore, tired, aching feet, Impact Gel absorbs more shock and pressure than other insoles. Unlike regular insoles that break down over time, Impact Gel is injected into the areas that provide pressure relief where you need it most. The heels and balls of your feet. The gel never breaks down, and when impact occurs, the insole soaks up the shock and the force now ripples throughout the gel pads. No regular insole can do that. Even after continuous pounding, these M&Ms don't break. Imagine the relief you'll feel in all kinds of shoes. They even work in cowboy boots. I use them and they work. Talk about shock absorbency. I'm gonna run over my hand with this 6,000-pound car. That's the power and protection of Impact Gel. Whether you're a runner, a professional, or a stay-at-home mom, you deserve the comfort of Impact Gel. Stop spending hundreds on inferior insoles. Remember, nothing absorbs the shock quite like Impact Gel. Call now and get a pair of our Impact Gel insoles for only $29.99. But that's not all. We'll also send you a set of our Impact Gel inserts free. They're perfect for dress shoes and casual wear. But I'm still not done. Call right now and we'll double the offer. Just pay separate shipping and handling. That's right. You get two
Just
sets
call
of
Nicole
insoles
says,
and two sets of
spoilers,
inserts. A
that
$90
wasn't his hand
value,
in the
all
actual
for only
hand shot of it being ran
$29.99.
over by
Here's
the
how to
cart.
order.
Just call Nicole says, car asterisk.
Have you watched Pitchmen? Anthony had to like do it first so that Billy would trust the car. I'm not sticking my hand under there. No, sorry, Babs.
Samu Wraith says, Billy Mays just call him for staple gun removal.
Billy Mays for president. And he's still not done. But wait, there's more. Let's see, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay.
Samu Wraith says, Schwarzenegger vs Billy Mays for press.
That could be like a thing there, you know, like not celebrity deathmatch, but what was that one site where they have like the comic something? It was where the two comic characters fight each other. Oh, bottom, 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 bottom. I like making fart noises, it's fun. Yeah. Oh, let it be your teddy bear. I don't want to be lonely. Status is sitting, sir. What's your status, Sergeant? Sitting, sir. That's my boy. On the radio. Ew. No. That'll just be what it is right now then, okay. Boom tang. Tang. Boom tang. Alright, Gary, here we come. Gary invited like 5 people yesterday out of a random like Klingon shipyard, so I wonder if they joined or not. Crusher. Wesley Crusher. Hello there, Wesley. And how are you, Wesley Crusher? 24.
Just call
Nope,
Makor
nobody
says,
did.
they join when I say they join.
They join when I say they join, you bastard. Look, here's a Jim Hadar again. Invite to fleet's gonna say, player not found. Oh wow, it actually worked. I'm surprised at that shit.
Hi, Billy Mays here
Just
for the
call
Big
Makor
City
says,
Slider Station.
his name
the
is Wesley,
fast and
not
easy
Wesley.
way to press and cook delicious sliders. Those restaurant mini burgers everyone loves.
Ooh, wow,
No
that's
more
interesting.
Swishing and squashing or flipping and flopping. With the
Flipping
Slider
and
Station,
flopping.
just scoop, press, and cook right on your stove. The unique design cooks both sides at once, so you never have to flip them. And in just 2 minutes, you'll have 5 mouth-watering sliders. Use dinner rolls, potato rolls, any bun. You can
Arcano
double
Loaf
or
says,
triple stack them
RYISS.
and watch your family attack them.
Oh,
with pickles,
yes.
onions, ketchup or cheese.
The
Big
power
City
of the
sliders
Undertaker.
Are sure to please. The double-sided non-stick surface is so slick, not even burnt-on cheese will stick. Whether it's ground beef, chuck or sirloin,
Wraith
just
says,
scoop,
it's
press
about
and cook.
TV's
No
reward, the
flipping
rebounder
and no
scorp, not sure
hassle.
how good
Make
it'll
healthy
be.
turkey, chicken, and veggie burgers with ease, and join the craze with
Rebounder?
me, Billy Mays. You can also cook them on a bed of onions or that classic
Just call
diner
Makor
taste.
says,
Or use the
my
Slider
family
Station
never
as the
attacked
ultimate
burgers.
burger press to load the
Probably
grill in no
because I
time.
didn't have the
And
Big
watch
City
this.
slider.
On a busy school morning, 5 perfect egg sandwiches in
Samu
an
Wraith
instant.
says, the
Moms are
reward
gonna
for no
love
win.
it. And when you're
Oh.
done, cleanup's a breeze. Call now and receive the Big
Oh,
City
yeah, that.
Slider
Dude, I
Station
don't even
recipe
think I
Loaf
even
says,
got
for just
used to it.
Just call Makor, yeah, that's
We'll also
probably
include
the
the
reason.
Slider Station recipe guide, loaded with my favorite
Big
creations
shitty
like the
slider.
barbecue
Samu Wraith
bacon
says,
cheddar and
Billy,
the
shut
original
up
Billy
trying to
burger
talk
free.
LOL.
But call right now and we'll send you the quick prep slicer, perfect for onions, pickles, and mushrooms. A $20 value free. Just pay separate shipping and handling. You get it all. Big
Hi,
City
Billy
Station
Mays all
recipe
day.
Recipe
Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't need all day, my tour. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy. Stain specialist. Hey, big guy. You don't just $19.99. You don't need all these. Here's how to work. How you doing? Hi, Billy Mays here. Hi, Billy Mays. Just $19.99. Here's how to work. Are you on your feet all day? With you all day. For just $19.99. Here's how to work.
Kaboom, boom, ba boom. I love that part of it. That's the reason I was trying to make the stop command, but I'd have to make it stall the timer out that gets started way, like the wrong way actually.
Samu Wraith says, I need a counter command that does the opposite of this every time somebody plays this command scorp just to bounce it back. I have a echoing domini that'll shut Billy up.
Dual sounding. That's one thing it won't do. It won't play them like immediately, like back to back like that, or like at the same time. I mean, I could script it to
Just
where it
call
would do
Makor
back
says,
to back. Yeah.
if
but
Billy ever gets shut up, then I rage quit.
you rage quit. Billy must have spoken. Billy has spoken. Where the hell is the battle? Okay, it's down here. But I mean, like, it is a 2-minute commercial, and I intentionally found the 2-minute one. I've been thinking of just adding the shorter ones too, like just to make it more random. The different adverts that he would have. The 30-second one, the 1-minute one, just to change it up a bit. But they are, you know, It's on purpose that they are the 2-minute ones. I mean, I specifically looked for those.
Samuraith says, just call Makora, that's the opposite for me. I'm like Lebowski, see what happens Billy, see what happens.
You see what happens, Billy? Do you see what happens, Billy? You see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Billy? You see what happens, Billy? Do you see what fucking happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Billy? I knew it! I knew it! No. Fucking cow. Why didn't that play? Damn it.
Samuraith says, I'd watch him trash Billy's car too, Scorp, and I'd laugh while he tries to say Billy verse lines.
Local play before. Why didn't that play it? What the hell? Come on, randomly shoot shit so I'm still gonna like be part of this or something. Why isn't that working? On the radio. Open script folder. Sound commands. Duh. Judas what?
Arcano Oath says, Columbo voice. So you say your major is computer science. I can't help but notice you have a full-size corset in your closet and some fat high rainbow-colored socks. Interesting, very interesting. Samuraith says, now hit yourself Billy LOL.
Dawn doesn't make any sense. It should be playing.
The Undine will destroy the disconnected Borg ships.
Not until we get there. Undine we get there.
Arcano Loth says, Columbo voice.
Columbo.
Sir, you said your alibi for the night in question was, you were playing Spyro in your PS4?
Columbo.
Is that right? Samuraith says, yep, a definite for me, Scorp Arnie for press. Arcano Loth says, yes, I was playing Spyro on my PS4, what of it?
I gotta ask the question here. Sorry, you know, if I'm a little slow here, but I got a problem with my eye, you know. I can't really see two things at once here. Columbo. There's one more thing.
Columbo voice, except I just checked, and Spyro was never released on the PS4, that was a PS2 game.
Someone please look for my eye. It fell on the floor and rolled, and I think a dog ate it or something. One more thing.
Loth says, well, obviously I misremembered, maybe it was a different game.
No misremembering in court, sir.
Arcano Loth says, Columbo voice, of course, oh, just one more question.
Just one more thing, one more question here. One more question. Do you know how to get soy sauce out of a trench coat? Just one more thing. Damn it, why the hell isn't that not working? Open scripts folder. That just bothers me when stuff doesn't work right. Judas. It's in there right. I don't get it, mister. I don't get it.
What?
Where the hell is everybody at here?
Samu Wraith says, "Where's Stone Cold's what? Haha."
What? What? Broken Bow Ranch or
Something
something.
on an intercept course.
Broken Skull
Wait,
Ranch.
Anus, 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 anus. Look at that happy banana down there. I hope he gets fucked up. I hope he gets peeled.
Daddy? Daddy? My zipper's stuck.
Samu Wraith says, "But Judas, his zipper's stuck."
Alright, Dean.
The Voth have a ship designed to fight Borg. Destroy it before it attacks the cooperative.
Get in the car, Junior.
But Daddy, my zipper's stuck.
Get in the car, Junior.
Daddy,
Samu Wraith says, "Get in
Let
the
me tell
car."
you something, Junior. If you ever embarrass me like that again, I'm going to get an axe. And you're never going to have to open your fly again.
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
Get in the car, Junior. Get in the car, Junior. Get in the car.
Arcanoloth says, "Here we have a metaphor for the American child rearing experience. They raised a child that can't zip up their fly and yet accept zero responsibility for this situation."
Right. Damn it. I done forgot what it is. There it is, yeah.
Put the evidence in the back. There's no way that you could come from my loins. Soon as I get home, the first thing I'm gonna do is punch your mama in the mouth. I saw that, you son of a bitch! You did that on purpose! You're gonna wait your grave! I got the evidence!
Arcanoloth says, "Carlin had a bit about how American parents are the first ones to take credit for anything positive their kid does, but if their kid shoots up a school, oh no, they had nothing to do with that."
They had nothing to do with that.
Arcanoloth says, he said, "It's a nice state of mind if you can talk your sleff into it."
Man, I wish I could use some Carlin sounds on here, but every time I would use one that I had, it would do a copyright claim on it. But not Rodney. I guess it's because the Carlin joke would be longer. I don't know. There's something about like if a clip is short or whatever under a certain time limit,
Arcano
doesn't
Loath
check
says,
or something.
we need Carlin to say the 7 worsts you can't say on Twitch.
Oh, find them. What are the 7 words you can't say on Twitch? As long as they're not racial slurs, we're okay. Sus is one of them, isn't it? Or something?
The collective will not fall here. I will not allow it.
You will be eliminated.
Starscream! Says Megatron.
3 dreadnoughts, but they're attacking one another. This is your chance.
No, this is your chance. It's the House of the Dragon. Dragon True. You know, since I hadn't been in the character creation screen in a long time, they've actually added a few more things to it. The Last of Us. No, you haven't heard The Last of Us. The Last of Us. Just The Last of Us. We can't make it if we can't try. We can't. Last of Us. Just The Last of Us. Fake docking in progress. Bam! He came out of it a solid ship again. I'm pretending like I'm helping. This is not the end of the collective. I promise you that. Talia Shepherd? I see that. Talia Shepherd. Talia Shepherd. Talia. Talia Shepherd. And no, it'd be a Y, wouldn't it? It's Talia from Stargate SG-1. I mean, Atlantis. Shepherd? Damn it, McKay. You've already said that, Megatron. That's who they need to have in this game. Frank Welker. Dude can do so many voices. You have like Fred. Fred joins Starfleet. Jinkies. Okay, gang. Let's attack that ship. Like. I'm scoobing the gang. Man, if I only had an engineer. Can throw out one of those shields that would break the communication between both of them, and dude would be like, what the fuck? I used to do that stuff to people all the time just because I'm an asshole. Just the two of us. We can't make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. No. No. First shitty. Found out from my mom today that this couple was arrested in the nearby city where my grandmother was buried. They weren't arrested where she was buried, but they were arrested because they were stealing these little urn type vases made out of brass or something. They were on the grave sites of the graveyard that my grandmother's buried in. Instead of like headstones or something, this place would use vasey things or something. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention when I was there, but this couple got caught and had like 102 of these things in their vehicle, and one of them happened to be my grandmother's. So, isn't that something? They're gonna get it for like desecration to gravesite or something, and some other things.
Kapla.
Kapla, mon fil. Ma vieux. Bon Dieu.
Samu Wraith says, what kind of nutcase steals headstones?
Right? Apparently they're the metal that's inside of these. They're not actual headstones, but they're like these. My mom said urn. Like metal urn type thing or something. I don't know. That this graveyard does, instead of having like different size actual. Some of them are like headstone-y things where you can get that instead, you know, or whatever. And like a whole row of them was just they stole every one of them. They were apparently taking it to scrap yards and selling the metal to get money. So that's something, isn't it? It's insanity. Futures made of virtual insanity. Don't you seem to come up with
Just Call Makor says, the urn is usually used to hold flowers.
Yeah, that thing. That's what my mom was talking about, the urn thing that you put flowers in. So I guess they do like have a headstone or whatever, but there's that. Just the four of us. People will do anything to like make money. So now they're gonna like, they put up like a $250,000 bond or whatever for both of them, or either each of them. I can't remember. And the license plate, I think she said like either Wyoming or Wisconsin, something like that. I think she said Wyoming. It's where this people's license plate said that they were from. Just the two of us. The two of us, you and I. Yep. Desecrating more than 100 graves. That's insane. People want to do shit like that. Okay, let's see. The fleet. That makes me so happy that it's that.
Just Call Makor says, I would never agree with people robbing graves, just let the dead rest and the living mourn. But at the same time fuck the funeral industry for robbing families of the dead every day because we have no other option.
Right? That is so true too. My mom was talking about these things cost like $250 a piece or whatever. And if someone steals one and you want to have one put back, you have to buy another one. So what happens if the funeral home, like, you know, just picks it up and moves it and says, "Oh, got stolen. You want one? You want another one?" And they're like, "Okay, well, give me $250," and they just put the one you bought right back down. You know, that runs through my head for some reason. I guess it's because I have a thing with
Arcanoloth says, "Yeah, it's a mess."
Checking it twice, gonna find out there's naughty and nice. Satan Claus is coming for you. Gravy. Let's see, 26/50's okay. So we can get some of these. This is a prisoner. Okay, I was about to say. I forgot how many. I was counting, but I forgot.
Arcanoloth says, "Just because we're aggrieved doesn't make us saps." Walter.
Walter. Put your penis back in your pocket there, Walter.
Arcanoloth says, "Yo, it is our most modestly priced receptacle."
Pine box full of ass whoop. Anybody ever heard of Roy D. Mercer? Roy damn Mercer, yes sir. I guarantee you, he said. Such a dumbass. Alright, who needs these better or more so than anyone else? I need to, upgrades available. Sweet. What does this do? Allow fleet members to transport directly. Select that shit.
Just Call Makower says, "It is like the glasses industry as well. They charge so much no matter where you go because one company owns 90% of the glasses industry. All the way from manufacturing all the way to the doctor's offices including insurance."
Yeah. That sucks. Just because they can, like, provide some sort of a service, they can charge whatever the fuck they want. Overcharging shit. On the radar. Oh, dude. Dude. Makes me nervous watching those things. Science or medical offices. Let's go to the Fleet Starbase. Comply, my passenger. It's like whenever you like need to go to the doctor for anything and they have to, like, you know, use an MRI machine or whatever. It's like, well, the insurance won't cover it. We'll do it anyway.
Says, "What's wild about glasses is, we passed a grassroots law that said if you buy an eye exam you are entitled to the results of the exam, so you can shop around."
You better shop around. The glasses that I have are not glasses anyway. They're like plastic. The clear thingy, whatever. Which means they get scratched up or whatever, but who gives a shit? I mean, you know, things are blurry anyway.
Arcanoloth says, "So if you have your results from your eye exam, you can order glasses online and have them delivered for very cheap."
They're cheap. Or what I got my mom one time, right? And these things they're right above me right now, hanging on a peg hook because I have a, you know, gondola thing. Anyway, they're those as seen on TV adjustable glasses that are like probably bad for you. They suck ass. And they're fucking dirty as hell too. Once you get grit in the middle of that, you can't really get it out. I have them like that.
Arcanoloth says, "Note of all the optometrists responded to Amazon disrupting their market by saying free eye exam with purchase of glasses." Arcanoloth says, "Notice how they dodged the law there."
Hell, they completely forgot about my glasses whenever they sent those. Yeah, these right here make your vision worse. Yeah. But whenever I had gone to the eye doctor and finally got myself some glasses, we were in a rush. I needed to get home. I had went with my mom because she was going to the airport to drop off my sister, and I was like, I'll go too. She said, well, while we're out, I could swing you by like a you know, a glasses place or something like that, and do like get you some glasses. Like, okay, well that sounds good. Went there. They had the eye thing, and you can get the glasses like next door at the place or whatever. But we didn't have time, so I picked out what glasses and stuff. And they said, well, we can have them ready for you within 30 minutes. And we're like, well, we really got to go because we were in a hurry. And said, okay, well, we can have them shipped to you. You know, you just pay like a little bit of a fee. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, gave them my information, paid for like a shipping thing or whatever for it. Waited 2 weeks, and they never came. I kind of forgot about them in a way. Called them up, and they're like, oh, well, it says that the shipment got lost or whatever. And they gave me the shipping number, and there wasn't one in existence. And I was like, okay. But then all of a sudden, after that phone call, you know, it came in like the next day. So, yeah. Yeah. Their asses forgot about my shit. That's what happened. Okay, what do you need? It's right here. Okay, so we need like 20, I think. Science officers. 10, 20. I'm guessing because I can't remember. The number. Just throwing money away. Just let your love flow like a mountain breeze. Oh, dude. Almost could do that. Trans warp. Ooh. Let's do another random with Gary, because I can get some fleet credits for that, because I want to finish that up. Talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. Say it anyway. Huh. Common engineering operation duty officers. Duty officers.
Just Call Makor says, this is crazy. EVGA ended their partnership with Nvidia.
Wow, really? They've been with each other for a damn long time. Why did they end that? Who fucked who?
Arcanoloth says, what are they mad about?
What they mad about? You tell me right now. Tell me what you mad at. Is it because Avril Lavigne is a clone? Are they mad about that? They found out that Elvis is dead. That he's living in Benton, Arkansas.
Just Call Makor says, disrespectful treatment from Nvidia according to Evga.
So what the hell are they gonna do now? I always thought Nvidia was pretty damn good. Make believe I'm everywhere.
Just Call Makor says, it might have something to partially do with those video cards that self-combust a couple years ago. Just Call Makor says, that was a pretty big deal.
A little bit. Exploding. Video cards that explode in your pants. In your pants. They exploded in his pants. Oh, ball sack. I need 4 more. Bullshit. That's bullshit, buddy. It's so dark over there. In a day. What are we doing? Damn it to hell, Starbase 1, you bastard. Listen up. We got problems over here, and we need to help right now. Right now. For just $1
Just
a
Paul
day.
McCower says, I like to take this fancy bread that I buy and cook it like a grilled cheese minus the cheese and add some meat. Just Call McCower says, shit is good.
Fancy bread? What kind of bread?
Arcanoloth says, it's well known that the board partners are working with lower margins than the chipset designers, that's why Nvidia doesn't want to get involved in that business.
So what they gonna do now? What happens to the video cards? Are they gonna like go up in price again? How many people
Just
want
Paul
the
McCower
tits and
says,
ass?
probably.
What the hell is that? It's like the Eye of Sauron!
Just Call McCower says, there are still other video card manufacturers but EVGA was their biggest client.
Yeah, dude, they've been like on every one of their cards and shit. EVGA is like in every damn thing. Branded on so much shit.
Arcanoloth says, credit to Gamers Nexus for breaking this story.
Dun, 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 dun. 2020 with Barbara Walters. With Fred Flintstone. Geraldo Rivera.
Target's shields have failed.
Geraldo. Remember that,
Just Call McCower says, you should teach me how to space fight. I might like this game more if I could understand how to do it quickly.
Oh, there's no quick into... Well, some of them are. Those people that do the damage per second DPS stuff or whatever, they can kill shit fast. Or used to. They nerfed something, whatever that is. They bunch of nerf herders. What is this thing?
Says,
What is this thing here? What is that? What the hell is that?
Reading some heavier ships incoming. Raiders and battle cruisers.
Arcanoloth says, we talking about Stowe?
He be talking about Stowe, yo. He wants to learn
Just
more
Paul
about the
McCower
space
says,
battle.
I just have a hard time moving quickly like you are now. And firing weapons.
Moving quickly? Oh, no. This isn't quick. What the hell is that thing? What the fuck? Get back here. It's moving around and bullshit. What the hell? That's some weird ass shit right there. Well, I'm pressing evasive maneuvers right here. Which makes me
says,
spin around.
Okay, so first step is getting used to using your evasive maneuvers.
Which I'm not. I just press random directions and stuff, so I don't have no attack strategy. Building it all up to where, like, you shoot all the enemies and kill them in 5 seconds or less. Like one second burst and boom, they're all dead. And you're like, what the fuck? I'm not that kind of player, though. I suck. And I can't comprehend what the hell everybody's talking about half the time. And I can put my ship back together too, and it slows it down on the turning. Because this is the Enterprise D.
Arcanoloth says, then second step is doing the patrol that unlocks deuterium surplus on that character.
Dude, I completely forgot about making some of those. And then, like, what is that one, it's not a shield, impulse engine, to where if you use, like, beam overload, you get a little burst of speed and all that shit too.
This is Andor. Our shields are taking hits.
Our shit's taking hits. They're taking hits off the bong, man. Where'd the big eye go?
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Give them
Just
cover.
Paul says, plus you have more hotbars than I do. I need to figure out how to enable those. Arcanoloth says, third step is buying the DOF that resets evasive on emergency power to engines on a character you plan to main.
It's right here on the side. Show trace settings. 10.
Klingons are regrouping again. Get into
See?
position to prepare for the next assault.
4. I'm comfortable with 4. And there's even like some hidden
Arcanoloth
settings
says,
for more.
You can expand hotbars on PC to 10. I expand mine to 6 cause that's enough for what I use.
What do they do to make more of them? Like, I know there's a side kind where I've seen Victoria Thalen, and they have like the one that is like on the side and it's more and it's a different direction and all that. Is that like a little tweak or whatever? Then you pick out a ship, you know, that can do pretty good, even though you're given the standard ships when you first start.
Lafayette here, requesting assistance.
Lafayette here. Requesting assistance, you felling moron. Frel!
An evacuation ship is launching.
Evacuation.
Give them cover.
I'm gonna evacuate my ass. Then you do the hotbar stow key binding and all that kind of stuff where you can just press like
Just
say
Paul McCoy
one
says,
button.
This game is basically 2 MOs in one, and yet I just have the hardest time with the ship stuff. It is like each character is actually 2 characters. Your avatar and your ship.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a different, yeah. I mean, this is my character flying around, pretty much. If you were to put the models side by side, he stands as tall as the ship, pretty much. Every once in a while, there's a glitch where it'll be the top of the head of your guy on top of your ship.
Ground build and ship build yet.
I've seen that. I've seen actual like the characters themselves flying around space because they didn't load the ship in. Hilarious bullshit going on. So many glitches. Fun times. The Roosevelt's got AIDS. Yeah, there's so much stuff to this game that I don't even take part in. You know, other people, they're all up in that. The story missions are pretty awesome. I mean, the whole Emperor Wesley Crusher thing is kind of a meh to me. You know, I wouldn't think he'd be the first one. It'd be the Terran Empire Emperor, but whatever. You know. At least Wesley's in the game now. Will Wheaton. That'll hold them off for now, those bastards. Okay, what'd that give us? 75? That's not bad. But yeah, there's player versus player bullshit. There's those patrols. The maps where everybody can join in and do shit. The different ships and all that you can actually buy with real money or decide not to. The fleet version of certain ships that you earn.
Arcanoloth says, the Wild Women, the Rippin, and THA Terran. THA Rippin and THA Terran.
Do I need to change it to wherever THA it says the? Was it here? What the heck was it? Where was I needing that for? Damn it, I can't remember. K-13 was our favorite shit. Nice, 18 hours and that'll be done. That way, whenever I feel like going over there, I'll be able to go over there. The ripping and the Terran. The Terran, the ripping and the Terran. The ripping and the Terran. I'd say give this game another shot. Just call me Core. Rag. Naki. Give it a shot. Once you play through like certain parts of it and get to level 65, that's when the fun starts. It's when you can start doing a lot of other things. You can get your ship faster and faster and warp speeding around and go warp 56 or whatever it is. Infinite velocity, my ass. Oh, there was a post on the forums about Tour the Galaxy not being in the game anymore. Because everyone was using that, you know, every once in a while to get credits, energy credits to buy shit. And it's people notice it's not there. I needed to check that out. That's usually given by somebody in the journal thing, right? If you're not at the starbase. They said you can even go up to the guy at like ESD that usually just gives it to you, and he won't even like have it in this little dialogue thing anymore. I don't know. Gary has that. Anybody? Gary the Klingon my Gary. My God. 2%. Now would be the time to actually is the temporal recruit still happening in the game? Because now would be the perfect time to launch the game and get a temporal recruit, because you can get extra perks and stuff from that, and rewards that can go across the whole account. I can even give you a code to help you get started with that, because I copied or I accidentally got 2 of them. I accidentally got 2 of them. Accidentally, I can breathe. Accidentally. Officer training. Let's see, quality, common. On assignment. Yeah, dismiss this shit. Damn, Gary's gonna be the first one that I get that's gonna have like recruitment level 4 or whatever. See, I have for those that don't know, up here, the commendations in the game, which is different on console area, but it's still the same thing. Whenever you get to rank 4, you know, you unlock all this bullshit. And he's already at rank 2 on recruitment, and I'm not even like that on my main character. This is a damn good way to do it, though, but he is leader of the fleet and gets all the bullshit and then throws half of it away. I need to become an overlord rank or whatever my main character in that fleet. Take all. Okay, maybe that'll be enough. Yep. Good deal. Get 50 more of those little fuckers. Ooh, 84 more because of the random, right? Okay. They are. And Arcanoloth always says this, but
Stream Elements says, https://sites.google.com/view/stow-better.
Stow better. If you want to learn a lot about how to do shit in this game, stow better. I still suck, but maybe you'll understand all that crap because I can't comprehend. I can't keep it in my head.
Just Paul McCower says, stow butter.
Stow butter? You want to get the good butter. Riz. The Riz has shown up, yo. The Rizzle. Manizzle. It is the Rizzle. Hello, Riz. How you been, man? Fleet marks here. Contribute.
Romeo India Zulu says, what it do?
What it do, yo? What it do? What it is, B is. M is R wasn't where. M is R wasn't where. Let's see. Get this taken care of too. Might as well just go with it. Get them all out there. I've gotten used to getting all these damn bastards and getting rid of them real quick. But it'll be easier whenever. What was it? Starbase.
Romeo India
Industrial
Zulu
Fabricators.
says, "Sorry I'm late. I slept."
You slept? Well, I'm not quite done at the moment, but I'm getting there, though. I mean, I'm sorry that if you show up and then I leave kind of situation, but it's okay, man. Yeah, sleep is good. 97.
Arcano Loth says, "Wow, that was a binge. Found myself watching Weird Al's All About the Pentiums." Romeo India Zulu says, "It happens."
But you know it's all about that bass, no trouble. Got 50 items in the damn thing. Okay. Get that going. Roster. Get this. Put my finger on the enter/return key on the keyboard. Press dismiss with my mouse pointer, and here we go.
Romeo India Zulu says, "All about that space, no tribbles."
All about that space, no tribbles. And all these people I invite to the damn thing.
Says, "This YT comment says Weird Al has managed to stay culturally relevant longer than anyone he has parroted, and I believe this to be true."
Yeah, he's been out there for a while. Dun, 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 dun. Wasn't there like a rumor going around at one time that he was on the Brady Bunch as Peter Brady, but you know it wasn't him. Like people thought it was. On the residential personnel. Like he favored a dude that played Peter Brady. You know I'm fat, big boned.
Inverted Paradox says, "Scorp goes BOOP."
I go boop. Hello, Inverted Paradox. What's happening? Clear up a little bit of Gary, and I'm almost done for the night.
Romeo India Zulu says, "Chot but can't say BOOP."
He said boop. Does it not say? Did it not say it correctly, or did I not hear it? I mean, I can make it do that. I can make it say sturf. Sturf.
Scorpwana says, "BOOP." Scorpwana says, "BOOP." Scorpwana says, "Boob."
Really?
Inverted Paradox says, "How are you, my friend?" Scorpwana says, "Herm."
Oh, Riz, I got some more Judas stuff. Look at this. I raided him last night and hung around and recorded some shit.
What? What? What?
I am me. That's who I am. For some reason that is not playing. Why is that? What the hell is that not playing for? Okay, that's making me mad now. I'm mad. Let's see.
Look at that happy banana down there. I hope he gets
Just
fucked
call
up.
Nicole
I hope he
says,
gets
2 more days.
peeled.
2 more days.
Inverted Paradox says, "The new ground mission sucks eggs."
Yep, it sure does.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah. I don't really
Romeo
care
India
much for it
Zulu
myself.
says, LOL nice.
Quantum Leap on the 19th. What is today? 17th? Why doesn't that want to play? It gives me an error message. Local variable play reference before assignment. No, it's not. It's the same damn thing that always happens. Oh, well, I'll have to figure that out eventually. Okay, mallet. Alright. We got everything done that I wanted to get done. So, I'm going to have to close her down now. Alright. Let's see what's going on around here. I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up in the morning-ish. Wheats. W-H-E-A-T-T-S. Wheats. Officer Rabbit reporting for duty, sir. Officer Rabbit. Salute, Officer Rabbit.
Inverted Paradox says, I abandoned the mission in the first part after wasting 20 mins getting nowhere. Just Call Makor says, you don't have to close it down. You can create a new character and show me how to play.
I don't have any
Arcano
character
says,
spots.
GG.
I don't have any empty character slots. We've already played a little bit. Got somebody going on there. The best thing to do, you start the game up and you go to the tutorial thing at the beginning of it and get leveled up and pick a faction if you have to pick a faction. Federation or Klingon or whatever it is. If you get a character that does that. If not, you just go through the tutorial stuff. But isn't the temporal event thing going on still?
Arcanoloth says, Imma pass out. Anyone that wants to know how to play Stow can post in Discord later.
Or is it over with? Is the temporal thing over with? The temporal event?
Just Call Makor says, I don't know, I don't play this game.
Well, I was just going to say, because if you start up a new character as a TOS officer, you get the temporal transponder, which then allows you to get rewards and bonuses that can go across your whole account to every character. Like credits and things of that nature. And what cannot. Oh, okay, yep. You get here, just still in the transporter pad. Alright, I'd like to thank everybody for popping in, and even those that came just now, I'm sorry. But, I've been playing for 3 hours and 33 minutes and 54 seconds, according to this. I have to go to bed. It's been kind of crazy. Our, now manager, her mother had a stroke. So, kind of kind of a worrisome thing there.
Just Call Makor says, September 6th, 2022 to October 4th, 2022. Just Call Makor says, I guess yes.
Oh, it's still going on, is it? I totally recommend that. Let's see, yeah, if it's going on, if you just want to be in the game to get good shit or whatever, I recommend that.
Inverted Paradox says, I have no free tune slots.
Rutro Raggy. Have you got a temporal one before then? That's what my main is a temporal recruit. Kind of like, see, Gary the Klingon here is a Klingon recruit. So he has this sort of transpondery thing here too, the Klingon receiver, where whenever you unlock certain things and do certain tasks or whatever, you know, it gives you the rewards and things for that can be used across your account. So that's pretty good. I still need to do the ambush kills thing. I haven't done all that. Achieve 500 killing blows against foes damaged during the ambush effect after cloaking. I still have not done that yet. Whatever this is. Reach
Inverted Paradox
combination rank
says,
4 model.
I have one of each event tune.
Okay. Future proof. You play through the missions, get shit unlocked. What is this? Random queues. I'm currently in the process of doing that. It's Romulan, so that'll be a thing too. The lithium is a must. The exchange finally went through for the 2 that I had up there. Of course, they weren't very much. There was just a test anyway to see how long it would take. It took like a month and a half. Yeah. But yes, if the recruit's going on right now, temporal recruit, and you have a free slot, and you've never had one,
Romeo India
I'd
Zulu
recommend getting
says,
that.
use that Zen. Get a character slot LOL.
Hell no, man. I've already got too many as it is, I think. I mean, I don't have like 20-something like some people have. But, how many do I have? I can't remember anymore. Let's see. Gary, me, Archer, Ushanka, Jim Hadar Kirok, O'Neill, Latesha, Michael, Lilu, Sukablayet, which is bitch whore in Russian. Kolchak, the Night Stalker. Beckett. John Crichton, which I kind of gave up on. He's at level 16. He's a temporal one. Buck Rogers, which I gave up on as well. Kind of just have him sitting there. But I'm not getting rid of him, though. That's the damn thing. You filled all your... I can buy more with Zen. No, thank you. John Crichton. Yeah, he's still got his default crew with him from the temporal thing. Belch. But yeah, get one of those, play the missions, get upgraded, get better ships, and start adding cool shit to the ship to make it better. And I can walk you through the...
Are you on your feet all day? Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't need my source. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy. Hey, big guy. Shitting me? You don't just $19.99. You don't need all these. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Billy Mays here. Hi, Billy Mays here. Just $19.99. Here's how to do these. Are you on your feet all day? When you all day? For just $19.99.
Vanna White. Hello, Murdochs.
Murdoch says, Hindro yoink Hindro chuan danda des US Medal 21 seems gudrol Hindro salute Hindro skull Sargia 51 Sergeant Sleeper Cow Type Chomp Boom Furious Scoop J Troll.
Indeed. Okay, well, that's me for the night. Let me do a red shirt death, because I like red shirt deaths. I need to find some more red shirt deaths.
Inverted Paradox says, LOL.
All right, men, this is a dangerous mission, and it's likely one of us will be killed. The landing party will consist of myself, Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy, and Ensign Ricky.
Ah, crap.
Just Call McCower says, hello Murdochs, good night Murdochs. Just Call McCower says, Murdochs. Murdoch says, night sir. Scorpwana says, murder docs.
Yeah, Anyway, that's a red shirt death. I'm going to call it here in 5 seconds. 4.
Inverted Paradox says, Murder-docs the murderer.
3. 2.
Murdox says, I was playing Planet
1.
Crafter and a lake began to start under my base.
Oh, wow.
Murdox says, I had to move the whole thing.
The lake just started
Inverted
up.
Paradox says, 1.
A lake just completely just... wow. It started raining and flooded and you had to move your base.
Murdoch says, because of terraforming.
Oh. That does sound like a pretty cool game. Anyway, I am sorry for everyone that just came in, but I'm leaving, but, you know, that is what I wanted to mind.
Murdoch says, I started to create an atmosphere. Night.
An atmosphere? Good night. I suck as a person, don't I? I am a piece of shit, just like I was telling myself today. Alright, see y'all later.